6 on Thursday the 14th. We are in number 462. About 4,000 to be here. What, 3 years?
3 years to get you.
1,500, what it was, 2,000 videos?
Close to over 3,000 videos.
12 million views. Needs to be in the vehicles. They're worse than this. Yeah, we really use this to get through. I want to play and make things you get through. But that's actually not paying. I want to check it out, so you end up in this.
See how it's like. I think. 6. An hour and a half to the train. Bit of a rush.
One other transport strike. And we're having a size super dry. So 10 euros. Very much beer. About 4 grand just to get this. Right, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It is day 2 in Bordeaux and I'm at the tram station where you can see a couple of Chile fans there, about to head to the stadium for our first match of the tournament. Seen a lot of South Africans here, a lot of, well, I mean, we're just on the tram now and there's just Afrikaans everywhere. There's English, which is the main thing, which is very cool to see. But yeah, Samoa versus Chile kick off at 3 o'clock, which is in about 4 hours time. It's about 12 o'clock, so yeah, we're about to head to the stadium now, do a couple of interviews, go and see a lot of South African fans, get some interviews with some of the Chilean fans, Samoan fans who are out in their colours. Personally, I might actually go get a Chile shirt as well. But yeah, stay tuned for my first match day vlog of the tournament. Hello welcome to Favorite Rugby on Favorite Sports. This is day 2 of the Favorite Sports Tour, and we are here in Bordeaux. Samoa versus Chile kickoff is in about just over an hour's time, and as you can see, absolutely pumping here in Bordeaux. Chile definitely seems to have the most fans here. It's a bit of a red army over here, although the Samoan support is definitely starting to arrive. Plenty of South Africans ahead of the game tomorrow against Romania, and I've got a beer, I've got my glasses on, and let's go have a look and see what's going on here. How's it guys? So I'm checking here, sitting here at the photography stand, and yeah, I'm busy watching Chile warm up in front of me. Very cool warm jerseys, by the way. I was actually going to contact to get their jerseys, but the actual warm jerseys are very cool. But yeah, I'm sitting at the stadium, starting to put up. Just by the way, keeping an eye out for the Red Army. A lot of Chilean supporters in for today. It's just an army of red looking around here. The Samoans have come out there, of course, as well, but absolutely nothing compared to what Chile have got. And yeah, second ever World Cup game for them. They look the part, a couple of players looking very confident around here. Very cool to sort of see it, and very cool to see how excited the fans are. We spoke to a couple of the fans outside, and you can just see how excited they are to get involved in something like this. I mean, we all know how passionate of a sports nation Chile are, and the rugby doesn't seem to be any different. Very keen to see what Samoa can do here. They should be able to get the job done, but you know, anything can happen in a World Cup. So I hope you guys are enjoying the watch along, and take it soon. Okay, and that is game 1. Not the fight in Chile. Fan favorite team, they're absolutely brilliant side. From a people perspective, I mean, I've just left about 25 minutes after the game, half an hour after the game. They're still signing autographs, they're still changing their fans, so absolutely brilliant team that definitely has a lot of future. I mean, they were always going to struggle against Samoa, physically wise. It was tough for them to cope. But yeah, that was game 1 in the bag. Gonna go walk around the village a little bit, see if there's anything. Might get myself a shitty shirt, actually, the way things are going, and then head on home for a watch along before hopefully hitting the streets of Bordeaux later. All right, we're outside Bordeaux. There is an hour until kickoff, and as you can see, it's an absolute sea of green over here. Yeah, and the plan is we're just gonna head into the depths of Springboks supporters, chat with a few people, and see what's going on. So let's go and see. Basically, this is what it looks like to be here at Bordeaux. Let's go have a look and find some people to chat to and stuff. And yeah, I mean, as you can sort of see, we're talking about a sea of green. There's Springbok fans on fans on fans on fans on fans. We're going to be asking a few people for some score predictions and just try and find out how many people are actually here from South Africa and stuff, the travellers. So we're going to walk around and we're going to have a look. Hello everybody, hello, how are you? How are you? Good. Steve.
Hi, Wayne.
Very nice to meet you.
Hi, Steve.
Gentlemen, how are you? Good. Welcome. Where are you guys from?
Africa.
Johannesburg.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good. Please introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from.
I'm Anita and I'm from Port Elizabeth in South Africa.
Kom here gedaan, yeah. There we go. We've ticked off.
That one.
Yeah. My name is Steve, we're from Favorite Sports. We are recording over here, so we're going to cover all the multitude of South African supporters. Are you guys all from South Africa? No, you are. Who's got load shedding when they get back? Okay, I want to go stand with you guys. This is my load shedding buddies here. What's impressive, if you ask me, is the fact we've got so many people actually from South Africa bringing the rand over here. We never thought our currency would get this far, but so far so good. No ways!
Hi, boy. Hello, Ross. How are you?
Yeah, very well.
Like
So this is how small of a world it is. Went to Varsity with this man who, as you can see, is looking phenomenal. Who dressed you today?
So we're here with a bunch of, there's 11 of us. We call ourselves Bokval. So it's like a stokval. So we've been saving up for 4 years. And now eventually we're here.
Joining the Sea of Green, where are you guys from?
Durban originally.
Durban, yeah.
I'm from Durban as well.
Durban, okay, shame. Sorry to hear that. got a couple of Durbanites here. I'm from Joburg, so no, we appreciate you. We have to go on holiday somewhere.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's true. So you said originally, where are we now? London. Right. London. But still sports South Africa, still South Africa.
Always. Springboks forever.
There we go. And is this your first game for the World Cup?
No, 2. Yesterday was it?
Samoa versus Chile game? Oh, there we go. What did we think about yesterday?
Crazy. But today, it's better.
It's amazing. It's a sea of green, and thank you guys for wearing your colours and bringing out the box. When did you arrive?
We arrived on the 15th.
15. Okay, it's been a while. And when are we leaving?
We are leaving on the 25th, so we're watching the Ireland game.
Ireland game. All right,
Yeah.
cool. We'll see you there. Right, Romania today. Give me a score prediction.
I am going to say 66.
At least 80 points.
At least 80 points. In the game or for us in specific? Okay, 80. Yeah, right.
We have to match the Irish. They did 82, I think.
70. Yeah, so along those lines. Yeah. So well, if you get 80 points, I'll get a bonus point. So.
Let's aim for 80.
Do you think Romania scored today?
Oh, yes. I think so.
To be fair, I think everyone here probably wants them to score actually.
They've got to at least get a bonus.
Yeah,
That
okay.
just make it feel good for a while.
Oh, there we go. Score prediction for today.
Score prediction on my SUPERBRU, I went Boks by 70, but I'm going to change that because I think the Boks are going to go 55. We're going to be celebrating a lot of tries. A lot of tries will be celebrated.
You got to tries, more tries. Does Romania have a chance?
Many tries.
All the tries, eh?
100 out of 0.
100-0, okay. You reckon? 11 tries. We need more than 11 tries. We're going to go past Kevin. I want 80 points. What do you reckon?
I like barely double digits, so 10 tries.
10 tries. 10
But
tries.
I think just for the spirit of the game, it wouldn't hurt if Romania could score. They've got so many supporters here.
Yeah, I think to be fair, I think we all want them to score 8 tries.
Across the line,
Yeah,
it's fine.
we do.
80-10.
80-10.
Yeah, nothing less than 60, buddy.
Nothing less than 60.
24-13.
Not going to be a popular man later. Right, so 10-11 tries so far is the call. And I've bumped a couple of Romanian fans over here. Love the jersey, first of all. How we... Yeah, come here. Yeah, come on here. We want everybody here. We got everybody in here. Yeah. Coming up against the current world champs. How are you guys feeling?
We are feeling, I think, confident. We want to make a big game to get out of the game like Uruguay last game with France, like heroes. Yeah, it's hard to beat them, but we can be some heroes. We want to see some heroes there.
I'm actually quite keen to see how Dion Currie does coming on as replacement hookers.
Okay.
And
Well, must see Marco for starting there. You know,
exactly.
apparently anyone's a hooker these days.
Exactly.
Don't quote me on that, but after you finish here, we're being invaded here. It's a bit of a takeover here. I'm going to come across here. Once you guys have played today, who are you guys supporting in the tournament? Are you guys going to support us afterwards, or is there another team you're supporting?
Depends on the result. I'm sorry for you, but the European team must win it.
No. Come here to us. You see, come here to us. We'll take you.
Well, you already have a movie, so the European nation needs to know.
Yeah, we need another movie though. We've got no electricity. It's tough out there. This is the nice thing, I suppose, when it comes to the smaller games, is that there is genuinely no animosity whatsoever. It is very, very relaxed. And yeah, there's a lot of camaraderie. Hopefully that won't change. And look, if the Boks lose, you might see a lot of very grumpy Springboks supporters. Are we bringing it back to Pretoria?
Absolutely.
You reckon?
Absolutely.
Bring it back.
Pull it back.
Absolutely.
So you're going to bring it home?
Yeah, definitely.
The World Cup's coming back to South Africa for another 4 years.
My friend, he said yes.
Okay, there you go. You asked here, Cleese, Ches and Colwyn. They've confirmed that the World Cup is coming back to South Africa. So you heard it here first. There we go. Guys, thank you so much. Enjoy the game.
Currently doing the lineup, and we all are but James, who in Madrid is now. And there he is.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Forever Rugby on Forever Sport. And as you can see, it is Paris week. South Africa versus Ireland on Saturday. Welcome to week 2 of the tour, the first official sort of long week. We're in Bordeaux, we're now in Paris, we've got 4 days of build-up. The Springbok announcement is actually tonight. And come here, join us, subscribe to the channel, and let's go see Paris, shall we? Fun morning, coming out of the police station. We are finally up Chelsea there. Yeah, first behind the camera and got photos done yesterday, so we're going to sort that out. And late change for plans. It's not being announced tonight, so unfortunately not 2 hours. But yeah, let's go see the Paris. Rolex across the street. We're going to blow our entire holiday budget on like a Portugal watch. I reckon if we sold all our camera equipment, we might be able to buy like a strap. This is my official audition to become a Nike athlete. But that, I think I'm just visiting the store. And this is why we are here. Get the full selection of our stuff. Bloody floor. Much like I'm walking upstairs. Pretty cool though. Come to basically 5-story Nike. This is where it gets dangerous. You see French jerseys. You see lots of different jerseys. You see a lot of Euros. Getting sorted for my next fishing trip. Look right at home, going to lock this in my khaki Air Jordan jacket. There you go, nice. See when you watch the rugby on a Saturday morning, and you're sorted. Alright. Let's go see the option film, shall we? This is now my Lecoq 14 edition. Now it's all the rugby stuff.
This is currently where I'm walking. As you can see, I'm actually just taking a stroll literally through the French countryside to go and report on the Box Paris-based press conference. No public transport out here apart from a bus that doesn't go the right way. So having to give it a bit of a leg, I tried to ask a couple of French people for a lift. And both, 2 ladies and a guy, all 3 of them shook their heads and said no anglais and drove off. So clocking in some steps. It's a half an hour walk to the press conference. Yes, I do have the camera and tripod and mics on my back, so this is going to be lots of fun. didn't realise the train's coming in the wrong side.
Hello everybody, Stevie P here from Forever Sports, and I'm here to tell you about BOYLESPORTS, the official betting partner of Forever Sports. Across all of our channels, they are one of the leading betting companies in the world and have recently launched in South Africa with an amazing offering. You can get a 1,000 Rand welcome offer. For the rugby, they are giving you 25% payout boost up to 2,000 Rand on the Springboks winning the World Cup, as well as an extra 50 Rand bet when you stake 250 more on rugby during the Rugby World Cup. It is your one-stop betting shop. That is BOYLESPORTS. Come and join us in the community. Check the links in the description to sign up, get yourself an account, and make sure that you are winning big with BOYLESPORTS.
Hello and welcome to Forever Sports. My name is Reese. I'll be talking to you a little bit today about one of our channel partners, BITDEFENDER. BITDEFENDER is a global leader in cyber security. BITDEFENDER is committed to defending people all around the globe against cyber attacks, as well as to transform people's digital experiences. In the next 6 months, Forever Sports will be covering major tournaments such as the Rugby Championship, the Premier League, the remainder of the Formula 1 season, as well as embarking on the biggest Rugby World Cup YouTube campaign ever. To ensure that these are all a success, it is imperative that the Forever Sports channels and platforms remain uncompromised. And with BITDEFENDER, we can be assured that our cybersecurity needs are being taken care of. To read more on BITDEFENDER, please be sure to check the links in the description of our video. Once again, thank you very much to our partner, BITDEFENDER, for joining the channel. I've been Reese here on Forever Sports. Thank you very much.
It's okay, they're here. Thank you, everybody. We're now going to start the Samoa Eve of Match briefing. Very warm welcome to assistant coach Andrew Goodman and players Ed Fidu and also Paul Alo Emiles. Thank you very much for joining at the last minute there, Paul. Thank you. We'll open the floor to questions straight away. If you can please raise your hand and a microphone will come your way.
Yeah, Rich Freeman from Kyoto News. Andrew, all test matches are obviously important, but this one has been dubbed the sort of do or die game given the context of the group. Is that how you are approaching this game?
Yeah, it's exciting how wide open the pool is with all the results that have gone the way in the first couple of weeks. Do or die is not really some terminology we've used. We've talked about a performance that we can be proud of coming off an Argentinian game where we felt some aspects of the game were really good, the effort and care in our defence, but execution on the other side of the ball was something we were looking to improve on. So we've talked about those areas this week and how we're going to be proud of a performance we put out against Japan this week.
I think there's a question here on the left, was there? And then to the right. I will come here to the right. Yeah, thank you.
ラグビーライターの広志ですけども、アンディさん、もしシークレットじゃなければ、我々のオールドフレンドでもあるナイジェルがメンバーから外れている理由を教えてほしいんですけど。
Konnichiwa. Yeah, Nigel. Yeah. Nigel's had 2 80-minute performances. We've had another 6-day turnaround, and we've got some wings that are really keen and energised to get a performance out in the field for us. So we've made a number of changes across our 15 and our 23. So we're just looking to make sure we've got the right energy going into this big game against Japan.
あとはお二人の選手ですけども、7月に日本でねゲームもしっかりこうサモアはやって、日本がどんなチームかっていう感触はしっかりつかめてるとは思うんですけど、プレーしたかしてないかにはかかわらず、今どんな部分でしっかりこう日本に勝てるという自信をお持ちですか？
Yeah, I can answer that. Yeah, it was obviously a really proud day for us when we did beat Japan a few months ago. That was the first time in 11 years that we had beaten Japan. So it's a big moment for us. And obviously losing in 11 years against Japan goes to show it's not an easy feat. They're still a very tough team. We're aware of their strengths, of key players, but we're also very confident in our game plan, in our coaches and the players, and we're going to, like Goody said, we want to put out a performance that we're proud of, and obviously winning comes with that. So, yeah, thank you for the question.
We'll come here to the left and then here on the right.
Paul, forwards could be the key of the match versus Japan.
Was it français?
Sorry?
Was it français?
Oui, Midi Olympique.
Okay. Yeah, I think the forwards would definitely be very key. We have a good experienced pack. Would I say that's the key to winning? No, we still have 23 players on the field, and the forwards we just need to be switched on. Making sure we're concentrating at every aspect of the game, whether it's lineouts, scrums around the field, rucks, and so I do trust in our forward pack, but we all have to be switched on and concentrating and fully engaged in what we're doing.
We'll go to the back of the room for the next question. Thank you.
Talofa, huge game you're preparing for, replacing Nigel Wong. What are you bringing into the match against Japan, which is do or die?
I think nothing special. Just gonna turn up and play my game, I think I know as a fast winger, but tomorrow you might see a different head, But there's no pressure on me, and it's not a lot different from Nigel, so I'm just excited to being given this an opportunity, and I'm going to take it with my two hands and give it my all tomorrow.
Another question?
Paul, is it special for you to play the World Cup in France because you play in France for several years?
Yeah, it's very, very special to me. I consider France my home now. I've been here for 8 years, going into 9 seasons, so I've had 2 kids that were born here in France. And so for me, this is home, and I was really excited to be able to welcome, some of the boys who've never been to France in the team, welcome them to the French lifestyle, especially the French food as well. But yeah, it is very, very special, and I'm very happy that it's here.
Here and then towards the back.
日本テレビの山本と言います。4年前も戦っているお二人ですけれども、4年前から成長した部分、一番進化した部分、この大会において日本に見せるとしたらどんなところでしょうか。
what's the question again, sir?
That was about playing 4 years ago, and what have you improved in terms of playing against Japan?
Well, first of all, it's a completely different squad and coaching group from 4 years ago. Yeah, so obviously we've looked at the historical fixtures between Japan and Samoa and what's going to be really important tomorrow. So, and as you talked about the fixture earlier in the year, we're really aware that that game was altered because of the red card. And that's going to be a big one in the game tomorrow, the discipline from both sides. You know, it's been a big factor in the World Cup games so far. So managing that part of the game and being really disciplined to keep a Japanese team very well coached, especially on the attack side of the ball by Tony Brown. We've got to limit their opportunities inside our half. So we'll be looking to make sure we're really clean with all of our play.
スポーツ報知の和田です。お答えいただける選手で構わないのですが、前日練習のさっきの時に入り口にボールをこう積んでから選手がそこからボールを取って練習を始めると思うんですけど、あれは何か意味があることなんでしょうか。
I need to repeat the question again, please.
今日の練習を始める前にコーチの人たちがボールをピラミッドとか山のように積んでから選手が入ってきて、その山からボールを取って練習を始めていたと思うんですけれど、あれは何か特別な意味があることなんですか？
So you got it?
Yeah, I understand. It doesn't mean anything special at all. It's just I think the equipment manager, he's very good at his job, and he wants to put the balls, you know, like a pyramid. Sometimes they're lined up, but there's nothing special to it, and it's just making sure that the balls are available for the players. So when we go warm up, you know, warming up our catch passes, our kicks, and all that. But there's nothing significant. No, it doesn't mean anything.
We have another question at the back, and then here to the front.
Question for Coach. How hard have we been working on our handling areas heading into the game tomorrow? We've seen that in the past couple of games, a lot of mishandling errors and you know, some mistakes from our set pieces. How hard have you worked towards the game against Japan tomorrow?
Yeah, it's just one of those things that we just talked about, not wasting any reps at training, exactly what you've talked about, really focusing on the basics of the game, focusing on the ball, really good passes. So being brilliant at the basics has been a lot of our chat this week, and we want to go out, as I said, and be proud of our performance, and part of being proud of our performance is executing those simple skills really well. So we've tried to keep it positive, turn the language positive, catch everything, finish your pass, do everything brilliantly, and we'll have a good day at the office.
Paul, again, sorry. You were very close to win versus Argentina. What's that miss for you, your team to beat Argentina?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of. I think, you know, there's no secret. There were just we weren't able to finish. You know, certain phases we were not able to execute certain skills at key moments. We approached the game confidently, thinking, you know, we had the team, we have the game plan to beat Argentina, but unfortunately, you know, there were too many mistakes, and that's what ultimately cost us the game. So, like Goody said, this week we've been working really hard on trying to finish, you know, those phases, finish our plays, and hopefully we can bring that tomorrow against Japan, who are a very skillful team. But we've moved on from Argentina, and they're also a very good team. But yeah, we're very focused on Japan tomorrow, and that's what we're aiming for.
We've got time for a couple more questions, if there are any. One at the back, and here at the front.
Question for Ed. I know you're not just playing for yourselves when you play during the Rugby World Cup. What's your message to your family and to the rest of Samoa around the world that will be vying for you tomorrow?
I think it's the same message all the time. I was going to say in Samoa, taira mo kapuainga o talo ia ma le kakongongo le whainga mako whainga luenga. E ulavanga le maua malo le vai aso akia. Ia. E langunga lava lo maua lava le langolango ma le langunga whai kalo a inga e masoko kungu pele o Samoa. Right.
We have another question here at the front.
すみません、日本語で失礼いたします。日本テレビの古田と申します。明日日本戦迎えるわけですけれども、一人もし警戒選手を挙げるとしたらどの選手になりますでしょうか。
I think as Paulie touched on earlier, we're aware of a number of key players that they have. If you look at the impact a guy like Hamino's had on the games, both sides of the ball, Michael Leach, big players for the spirit of Japan and how they go in games. So we're really aware of not just those two, but players right across the field. They've got really good X factor in their back three, and some power forwards as well that we're going to have to make sure we get up and win collisions against. So to answer your question, no, not this one player. There's a number of players we've done good homework on, and we're across the board we're really aware of their strengths as players and how we can try and limit those impacts they have on the game.
We've got time for one more question if there is one. Yes, please.
Hello, this is Tioshi from the RNS. So last week, I think we've seen a Samoa side that used more ball in hands attacking from off counterattacks. And Japan talked about how they're going to be using more kicks in these games. But would that change the way how Samoa plays? Would you guys be playing more focused on your physicality, or would that change the way how you guys approach this game against Japan?
Physicality is always a big part of our game. It's part of the Samoan DNA, so we're not going to go away from what people expect around our DNA and what we expect around each other, around being physical in a game. So counter-attack, yeah, we've seen across all games there's been a number of kicks in the games, and it's something you've got to be really good at. Decision-making around when to stay in the kick battle or when to hold the ball and put pressure on opposition with our running game. So it's going to be a massive part of the game for both teams tomorrow, and a crucial part is that kick-counter battle. So we've got a good plan around it, and now it's just about going and executing that plan.
Sure, there's one more question.
Paul, sorry. Is it the most important game for the qualification?
Yeah, I mean, this game is definitely a very, very important game. So far, we're not thinking about any other game. So yeah, I'd say this is the most important game for this time. We're not focusing on England, not focusing anything past England. So we're very prepared and we're ready for Japan. And this is the one game that we really want to win.
Thank you, everyone. That brings an end to the Samoa Eve of Match briefing. Thank you to Andrew, Ed, and Paul. Good luck for tomorrow. Thanks, everyone.
Hello everybody, Stevie P here from Forever Sports, and I'm here to tell you about BOYLESPORTS, the official betting partner of Forever Sports. Across all of our channels, they are one of the leading betting companies in the world and have recently launched in South Africa with an amazing offering. You can get a 1,000 Rand welcome offer. For the rugby, they are giving you 25% payout boost up to 2,000 Rand on the Springboks winning the World Cup, as well as an extra 50 Rand bet when you stake 250 more on rugby during the Rugby World Cup. It is your one-stop betting shop. That is BOYLESPORTS. Come and join us in the community. Check the links in the description to sign up, get yourself an account, and make sure that you are winning big with BOYLESPORTS.
Hello and welcome to Forever Sports. My name is Reese. I'll be talking to you a little bit today about one of our channel partners, BITDEFENDER. BITDEFENDER is a global leader in cyber security. BITDEFENDER is committed to defending people all around the globe against cyber attacks, as well as to transform people's digital experiences. In the next 6 months, Forever Sports will be covering major tournaments such as the Rugby Championship, the Premier League, the remainder of the Formula 1 season, as well as embarking on the biggest Rugby World Cup YouTube campaign ever. To ensure that these are all a success, it is imperative that the Forever Sports channels and platforms remain uncompromised. And with BITDEFENDER, we can be assured that our cybersecurity needs are being taken care of. To read more on BITDEFENDER, please be sure to check the links in the description of our video. Once again, thank you very much to our partner, BITDEFENDER, for joining the channel. I've been Reese here on Forever Sports. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. As mentioned, we're now starting the Japan Eve of Match briefing with Japan assistant coach John Mitchell and players Naoto Saito and Sungjin Lee. We'll start straight away by opening the floor for questions. Please raise your hand. A microphone will come your way. Thank you.
Yeah, Rich Freeman, Kyoto News. John, Samoa have traditionally always tried to batter Japan into submission. Was there any thoughts at all of maybe not going the South Africa route, but going 6-2 on the bench to maybe absorb some of that sort of physical pressure early on and then look to run them wide later on in the game with fresh legs?
Yeah, while we're aware of Samoa's physicality and respect that, I think our focus has been more on our own performance, and that's really just making sure that we execute our opportunities when they present themselves. And I thought, in the English match, just after half-time, there was a period of play that was extremely unstructured, where we were in the fight and we presented ourselves opportunities. And I guess that's the biggest learning for us, is that we didn't execute those 3 big moments. So that's really important for us against Samoa. But knowing that the game is going to probably go up another physical step, because that's the strength of theirs and something that they're very proud of.
ジアンさんの吉田と申しますけれども、斉藤直人さんに試合の出方はともかくゲームをね見ていく中でサモア代表についてどんな印象を持ってます？
まず一つはそのフィジカルのところ、そこを前面に出して戦ってくるチームだと思います。なんでそこに対してゲームコントローラーとしてどれだけプレッシャーを軽減できるか、それからチャンスを見極めてそこを逃さずにアタックしきれるかってところが大事だと思います。
まさに今おっしゃったところのチャンスをね、この最後までスコアにするっていう部分で日本なかなか7月ぐらいには苦労してたんですけど、実際にやっていく中でそこの精度アップに対してはどんなふうに見てますか？
はい、練習だったり試合を重ねるにつれてそこのチャンスが来た時の全員のスイッチの入り方だったり見極め方みたいなところはだいぶ良くなっていると思っています。
共同通信の小海と言います。よろしくお願いします。選手お二人に伺います。まずスンシン選手には出番が控えからですけども回ってくると思うんですけれども、今までどのような気持ちでイタリアから過ごしてきて、そして登録メンバーに入ったことに対してどんな気持ちでこのサモア戦に臨みますか？
そうですね。自分が代表に入ってからベンチじゃなくてメンバー外になるということはあんまりなくて、本当に心の底から悔しい気持ちというか、メンバー外の気持ちが改めて痛感しましたし、また自分が今回メンバー入ったことによってこれまで一緒に切磋琢磨してきたメンバー外の人たちもすごい祝福してくれて、本当にチームとして一つになってきてると思いますし、その分自分も本当に責任を感じているので、ワールドカップ2試合出場できなかったんですけど、その代わりメンタルのところでしっかりジェイミーとキャッチアップしたり、メンタルコーチといい話し合いができて、本当に今の自分のモチベーションもメンタルの状態もすごくいい状態なので、本当に試合できるのがワクワクしていますね。はい、
ありがとうございます。あと斉藤選手チームとしてなんですけども、当たり前ですが負けられない試合になると思いますが、サモア戦の位置づけっていうのはどんな意気込みで臨まれますか？
はい、もちろんこことしたらそのグループステージ突破が難しいっていうのは本当にチーム全員認識してますし、ただ、それがプレッシャーになっているとかそういうのは特になくて、もう選手はとにかくコーチが提示してくれたプランを信じてそれを本当に遂行するだけだと思っています。
Stay over here and then we'll come over here.
日本テレビの山本と言います。斉藤選手、ここまで流選手からバトンを受ける形というのが続いていますけれども、その時にどんな言葉をかけられているのか、そしてこのワールドカップ期間に入って普段から 流選手からどんな声かけ、言葉をもらっているのかっていうのを教えていただけますか。
そうですね、ちょっと交代するときには何言われてるかあんま覚えてないんですけど、普段は、一緒に映像を見たりする機会もあって、そのプレー面でアドバイスもらうこともありますし、プライベートで過ごすことが本当に多いので、なんかこれといって覚えてることはないんですけど、一緒に過ごす時間がすごい多いです。
改めて流選手はどんな存在でしょうか。
そうですね、まずライバルって位置づけと、ただ、グラウンドから離れれば本当に一番仲のいい先輩って感じです。
李承信選手、改めてこのフランスの舞台に立ってこれまで感じていたワールドカップと、そしてこっちに来てからのワールドカップ、どんなものに変わった変化とかありますか。
そうですね、こうフランス来るまであまり自分がワールドカップメンバーに入ってワールドカップ出るんだっていう実感があんまりなかったんですけど、よりこっちに来てから本当に街の雰囲気だったりスタジアムにも試合見に来て、本当にテストマッチとワールドカップは本当に違うんだなっていうのは実感しましたし、この2試合出れないことによって大会前よりもより強く自分がこの大会で試合に出場してしっかり活躍している姿を支えてきた人たちに見せたいという思いがさらに強くなったので、本当に明日の試合はすごい楽しみですね。
G 通信の伊藤です。孫進選手にお聞きしたいんですけれども、まず今回メンバーに入ったということで、ジェイミーやトニー・ブラウンコーチからどのような指示を受けているのかというのを教えていただけますか。
そうですね、まずは自信持ってプレーしてほしいっていうのが一番あると思いますし、また自分は後半の、いつ入るか分からないですけど、しっかりスコアであったり状況を見ながらゲームをクローズする役割になるので、そこでしっかり一番プレッシャーかかる後半のプレッシャーがかかる時間帯の中でどういうオプションをしてチームがどう攻めるか、そこをしっかり全員で意思疎通できるように10番としてリードしていってほしいというのは言われてますね。
あと先ほどメンバー外から祝福されたというふうにおっしゃってましたけれども、具体的にどの方からどんな言葉がもらったというのを教えていただけますか。
そうですね、一番最初に言ってくれたのは柿永さんですね。メンバー外は試合前日にすごい走るきついメニューがあるんですけど、それも切磋琢磨しながら頑張ってきたんで、それ以上に試合で走ってくれっていうのは言われて、すごい嬉しかったですね。
最後メンバー外で。
Last question, please. We've got plenty of other questions here. Thank you. Here in the front, and then we're going in the middle. Yes, here in the front, please.
フリーランスで向井と言います。斉藤選手に2つ伺います。まず1点目ですけど、先ほど話の中でチームとしてのチャンスの見極め良くなっているっていうことって練習でどういう瞬間に感じますか。このあたり伺いますでしょうか。
このワールドカップ入ってから2試合キックが増えて、ただコンテストキックすごい増えてて、でその中でイーブンボールを獲得した時であったり、そこが一番大きいですかね。そこになった瞬間に全員が本当にスイッチ入れてこういうアタックに切り替えるってところはすごい良くなってるなという印象を持っています。
みんなそう感じるってことですね。あともう一点、先ほど孫進選手も伺ってましたけども、斉藤選手も今回初めてワールドカップに出てると思うんですけども、実際大会を通じて何か感じていることとか印象的なことはありますでしょうか。
さっき孫進も言ってたんですけど、本当にこれまでのテストマッチと全然違うなっていうのは初戦のチリ戦の試合前から感じていて、言葉でどう説明していいか分からないんですけど、やっぱり本当に違うなっていうのはすごい感じました。
後藤翔太と申します。斉藤選手に頑張ってください。応援してますね。
ありがとうございます。
はい、以上です。
So come here to the front and then here to the right. Thank you.
スポーツ報知の大谷と申します。孫進選手にお伺いしたいんですけど、ガルベリスさんと話をずっとされてきたっていうことだと思うんですけど、具体的にどういったお話をされて、どういった言葉をかけられて、それによって自分の気持ちがどうモチベーション上がっていったのかっていうのを教えてください。
そうですね、ワールドカップ前から、国内の試合もイタリア戦もすごい勝たないといけない、結果を残さないといけないというプレッシャーを、チームもそうですけど、より自分にかけてしまっている部分もあって、それで自分自身あんまりしっかり自信を持ってプレーできることができなくて、それに対して、ジェイミーもそれを感じ取っていて、いっぱい話したんですけど、まずは1週間かけて試合に向けてメンタルのプロセスをしっかり作っていくことをしっかり話しましたね。そのためになんていうんですかね、1週間かけて作っていくんじゃなくて、一日一日しっかりゴールを決めて、やるべきことをしっかり決めて、それを積み重ねて、で試合当日になるともう自分はこれだけやってきたんだっていう、準備はこれだけできたんだっていう自信に変わるっていうプロセスをしっかりメンタルコーチ作れてきてるんで、一番変わったのはそこかなと思いますね。
So come here and then over to the left. Yes, please.
日経新聞の谷口と申します。ミッチェルさんにお伺いします。サモアのアタックのこれまでのこのワールドカップでのサモアのアタックの印象と、それからそれを止めるためにジャパンはどういうところが大事になるかっていうのを教えてください。
Yeah, Samoa's threats, they haven't shown a lot of kicking and counter-attack, so they prefer to run. So yeah, they'll definitely try and take us one-on-one and have the ability, like all island sides, to offload. So another area which is a strength of theirs is their ability to win strike momentum. So first phase defence is going to be really critical to our performance.
We'll go here, and then to the front row, and then at the back.
ライターサイドスクープミッチェさんに質問させていただきます。ワールドカップになってからディフェンス良くなったと思うんですが、それはピーキングとしてうまくいってここまでディフェンス良くなっているのかということと、もう一点サモア戦のディフェンスのターゲットとか目標があれば教えてください。
Your goals are a funny thing in rugby because they're not very personalised, nor do they have, I guess, a lot of meaning to a person. I think what ultimately where defence comes from, firstly, yes, you've got to have a structure that the players are very clear on, but ultimately once they're clear and they understand how we want to go about things, really comes down to attitude and caring and working for each other. And this group does work really very, very hard for each other. So, but we're at a situation in the tournament where we're actually going to have to fight and care for each other more than any other particular day. And it's not just like any test match, as Sushin is alluded to. So, it's really important that on both sides of the ball, that we really do show our heart and how much it means to us, and how much this tournament is an opportunity for us to present I guess a message and send I guess opportunity for our next generation. So that's also important and important to be mindful as well.
日本テレビの山崎と申します。李承信選手にお伺いします。先ほどテストマッチとワールドカップも違いがあるというお話もされていましたが、この22歳という若さでこのワールドカップを経験できているというのはここまでどういうふうに受け止めているでしょうか。また明日出場となった場合にご自身のプレー、キックというところの自信というのをお伺いできますでしょうか。
そうですね、本当にいい経験させてもらってると思いますね。まだ試合には出てないんですけど、このチリ戦、イングランド戦メンバーに入れなくて、本当に味わったことのない悔しさであったり、チームとしてもテストマッチとワールドカップ全く違うプレッシャーがかかってくるっていう話もしてて、ゲーム展開を見ていても本当に全く違うものがあったので、それを目の前で肌で感じて経験できてるっていうのはこれからさっき長いラグビーキャリア見てもすごいポジティブなことだと思いますし、特にメンタルのところで22歳でこの経験できてるっていうのは本当にこれから自分が進んでいく未来に向けて本当にいい収穫ができてるなっていうのは感じてますね。明日の試合は本当に 自信持ってプレーすることだけに集中してますね。もちろん勝たないといけないプレッシャーがかかる試合ですけど、もう自分としては初出場となるワールドカップなので、本当にエキサイティングな気持ちを持って自分の強みを存分に出していきたいなと思います。
We've got time for one last question.
フジテレビの富田です。選手にお伺いさせていただきます。離脱選手も出て新しい選手がまた入ってきて、チームの今の仕上がりだとか、この負けられない試合を前にかなりプレッシャーもあるかと思うんですけど、そのチームの様子とそれに踏まえて明日自分が絶対にやりたいプレーをお伺いさせてください。
はい、離脱選手ですよね。最初は、これまでも一緒にキャンプとかしてたので、そのコミュニケーションのところとかは特に問題なく、はい、もうみんなすぐに仲良くやってます。で、そのプレッシャーのかかる試合ってところでは、もちろんさっきも言ったんですけど、この試合本当に大事っていうことは全員認識していて、ただ、それがすごいプレッシャーになってるとかそういうのはあまり感じてなくて、もう本当に目の前の一戦にしっかりプランを信じてやりきるっていう気持ちです。で、明日の試合では、しっかり試合の状況を見ながら今自分に何が求められているのかをしっかり入る前に明確にして、はい、で自分の強みはやっぱりテンポのところなので、そういったテンポが必要な状況であればそこを本当に存分に出して、あともう本当に楽しみたいと思います。
そうですね、山中選手は神戸でも一緒にプレーしていて、自分としてもすごい一緒にプレーできて嬉しいですし、安心して過ごせるというか、もう存在でチームが明るくなるので、すごい自分の中で嬉しい気持ちでいっぱいですね。明日の試合は、すごいプレッシャーかかると思うんですけど、より自分たちにフォーカスして自分たちのプランを 100% 遂行すれば、もうすごいいい内容で勝って次に進めると思うので、本当に目の前だけ一瞬一瞬集中して勝ち切りたいなという思いでいっぱいですね。個人としては、しっかり後半ゲームをクローズする役割としてしっかり前半相手のスペースであったり相手の状況を見ながらしっかりプレーチョイスして、本当に自分自身しっかり自信を持ってチームをリードして、キックのところでもしっかり 100% 決めて勝利に貢献したいなと思います。はい、
Just to add to the players' answers, I think it's only natural that there's always pressure in this environment in Test rugby, but ultimately we as a group see this as a great opportunity, and opportunity is a far more positive way to think about it rather than focusing on pressure. So we as a group in our preparation are extremely focused on the opportunity and want to take the opportunities in this performance.
Thank you, everybody. That brings a close to the Japan eve of match briefing. Thank you very much to Japan. Good luck for tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's okay, the hair?
Thank you, everybody. We're now going to start the Samoa Eve of Match briefing. Very warm welcome to assistant coach Andrew Goodman and players Ed Fidu and also Paul Alo Emiles. Thank you very much for joining at the last minute there, Paul. Thank you. We'll open the floor to questions straight away. If you can please raise your hand and a microphone will come your way.
Yeah, Rich Freeman from Kyoto News. Andrew, all test matches are obviously important, but this one has been dubbed the sort of do or die game given the context of the group. Is that how you are approaching this game?
Yeah, it's exciting how wide open the pool is with all the results that have gone the way in the first couple of weeks. Do or die is not really some terminology we've used. We've talked about a performance that we can be proud of coming off Argentinian game where we felt some aspects of our game were really good, the effort and care in our defence, but execution on the other side of the ball was something we were looking to improve on. So we've talked about those areas this week and how we're going to be proud of a performance we put out against Japan this week.
I think there's a question here on the left, was there? And then to the right. I will come here to the right. Yeah, thank you.
ラグビーライターの広志ですけども、アンディさん、もしシークレットじゃなければ、我々のオールドフレンドでもあるナイジェルがメンバーから外れている理由を教えてほしいんですけど。
Who? Nigel. Konnichiwa.
Ah.
Yeah,
Right.
Nigel. Yeah. Nigel's had 2 80-minute performances. We've had another 6-day turnaround, and we've got some wings that are really keen and energised to get a performance out in the field for us. So we've made a number of changes across our 15 and our 23. So we're just looking to make sure we've got the right energy going into this big game against Japan.
あとはお二人の選手ですけども、7月に日本でねゲームもしっかりサモアはやって、日本がどんなチームかっていう感触はしっかりつかめてるとは思うんですけど、プレーしたかしてないかには関わらず、今どんな部分でしっかり日本に勝てるという自信をお持ちですか？
Yeah, I can answer that. Yeah, it was obviously a really proud day for us when we did beat Japan a few months ago. That was the first time in 11 years that we had beaten Japan. So it's a big moment for us. And obviously losing in 11 years against Japan goes to show it's not an easy feat. They're still a very tough team. We're aware of their strengths, of key players, but we're also very confident in our game plan, in our coaches and the players, and we're going to, like Goody said, we want to put out a performance that we're proud of, and obviously winning comes with that. So, yeah, thank you for the question.
I think we'll come here to the left and then here on the right.
Paul, forwards could be the key of the match versus Japan.
Was it français?
Sorry?
Was it français?
Oui, Midi Olympique.
Okay. Yeah, I think the forwards would definitely be very key. We have a good experienced pack. Would I say that's the key to winning? No, we still have 23 players on the field, and the forwards we just need to be switched on. Making sure we're concentrating at every aspect of the game, whether it's lineouts, scrums around the field, rucks, and so I do trust in our forward pack, but we all have to be switched on and concentrating and fully engaged in what we're doing.
We'll go to the back of the room for the next question. Thank you.
Talofa, huge game you're preparing for, replacing Nigel Wong. What are you bringing into the match against Japan, which is do or die?
I think nothing special. Just gonna turn up and play my game, you know. I think I know as a fast winger, but tomorrow you might see a different head, you know. But there's no pressure on me, and it's not a lot different from Nigel. So I'm just excited to being given this an opportunity, and I'm gonna take it with my two hands and give it my all tomorrow.
Another question?
Paul, is it special for you to play the World Cup in France because you play in France for several years?
Yeah, it's very, very special to me. You know, I consider France my home now. I've been here for 8 years, going into 9 seasons. So I've had 2 kids that were born here in France. And so for me, this is home. And I was really excited to be able to welcome, you know, some of the boys who've never been to France in the team, welcome them to the French lifestyle, especially the French food as well. But yeah, it's just, it is very, very special, and I'm very happy that it's here.
Here and then towards the back.
日本テレビの山本と言います。4年前も戦っているお二人ですけれども、4年前から成長した部分、一番進化した部分、この大会において日本に見せるとしたらどんなところでしょうか。
That was about playing 4 years ago, and what have you improved in terms of playing against Japan?
Well, first of all, it's a completely different squad and coaching group from 4 years ago. Yeah, so obviously we've looked at the historical fixtures between Japan and Samoa and what's going to be really important tomorrow. So. And as you talked about the fixture earlier in the year, we're really aware that that game was altered because of the red card. And that's going to be a big one in the game tomorrow, the discipline from both sides. You know, it's been a big factor in the World Cup games so far. So managing that part of the game and being really disciplined to keep a Japanese team very well coached, especially on the attack side of the ball by Tony Brown. We've got to limit their opportunities inside our half. So we'll be looking to make sure we're really clean with all of our play.
スポーツ報知の和田です。お答えいただける選手で構わないのですが、前日練習のさっきの時に入り口にボールをこう積んでから選手がそこからボールを取って練習を始めると思うんですけど、あれは何か意味があることなんでしょうか。
I need to repeat the question again, please.
今日の練習を始める前にコーチの人たちがボールをピラミッドとか山のように積んでから選手が入ってきて、その山からボールを取って練習を始めていたと思うんですけれど、あれは何か特別な意味があることなんですか。
So you got it?
Yeah, I understand. It doesn't mean anything special at all. It's just I think the equipment manager, he's very good at his job, and he wants to put the balls, you know, like a pyramid. Sometimes they're lined up, but there's nothing special to it, and it's just making sure that the balls are available for the players. So when we go warm up, you know, warming up our catch passes, our kicks, and all that. But there's nothing significant. No, it doesn't mean anything.
We have another question at the back, and then here to the front.
Question for Coach. How hard have we been working on their handling areas heading into the game tomorrow. We've seen that in the past couple of games, a lot of mishandling errors and some mistakes from our set pieces. How hard have you worked towards the game against Japan tomorrow?
Yeah, it's just one of those things that we just talked about, not wasting any reps at training, exactly what you've talked about, really focusing on the basics of the game, focusing on the ball, really good passes. So being brilliant at the basics has been a lot of our chat this week, and we want to go out, as I said, and be proud of our performance, and part of being proud of our performance is executing those simple skills really well. So we've tried to keep it positive, turn the language positive, catch everything, finish your pass, do everything brilliantly, and we'll have a good day at the office.
Paul, again, sorry. You were very close to win versus Argentina. What's that miss for you, your team to beat Argentina?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of. I think there's no secret. There were just we weren't able to finish. Certain phases. We were not able to execute certain skills at key moments. We approached the game confidently, thinking we had the team, we have the game plan to beat Argentina, but unfortunately, there were too many mistakes, and that's what ultimately cost us the game. So, like Goody said, this week we've been working really hard on trying to finish, those phases, finish our plays, and hopefully we can bring that tomorrow against Japan, who are a very skillful team. But we've moved on from Argentina, and they're also a very good team. But yeah, we're very focused on Japan tomorrow, and that's what we're aiming for.
We've got time for a couple more questions, if there are any. One at the back, and here at the front.
Question for Ed. I know you're not just playing for yourselves when you play during the Rugby World Cup. What's your message to your family and to the rest of Samoa around the world that will be vying for you tomorrow?
I think it's the same message all the time. I was going to say in Samoa,
All right, hello everybody and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. It is me, Mr. DBP, back on the Watchalong duty. It's been a while. It has been a while. I haven't seen you guys since Ireland last weekend because we've been busy. We are in Lyon, so coming to you live from Lyon. And yeah, it's been a pretty hectic week, but very excited about this match. Japan versus Samoa on a Thursday evening ahead of what is going to be a pretty stacked weekend of rugby. Very excited for this weekend. And yeah, it all starts tomorrow night, doesn't it? With New Zealand versus Italy, a very big game, very important game for both teams. And very keen to see how that goes. Obviously, New Zealand shouldn't lose to Italy, but it's a World Cup. You never know. And yeah, at the end of the day, it's if there was ever a time for Italy to really sort of pitch up and beat the All Blacks, it would be tomorrow, because that will basically get them into the quarterfinals. Italy currently undefeated in the tournament. One of about 4 teams, I think it are. I think it's Italy, Wales, England, and Ireland, who are currently and France, which is one of 5 teams that are currently unbeaten. And yeah, so we just had the anthems, and we're now going to have the Huck from Samoa. I don't think actually it's called the Huck. I think it's called something else. So I'll hope you'll come up on the screen and I'll check what it is officially called. But until then, let's go to the team, shall we? So for Japan, who are the home side tonight, in the front row it is Keta Inagagi, Shota Hori, and Jiwon-gu. Down at tight 10. In the second row it is Jack Cornelson, Amato Fakatava. You then got Michael Leach, Lapis Lavaskakni in the 7, and Captain Kazuki Hamino in the number 8. In the back line, it is Yutuka Nagara, Rikia Matsuda in the halfback pairing. Your 2 wings are Jone Nakabula and Kotora Matsushima, the man to watch, really devastating on the tag with a bit of space. In the centres, you've got Ryato Nakamura and Dylan Riley, and at fullback, Lomano Lemeki. Off the bench for the Japanese, it is Atsushi Sakata, Craig Miller, and Asia Avalu. The other replacements are Vana Jones, Kanji Shimakwa, Naito Saito, Singson Lee, and Tamaki Asada. For the Samoans, who are playing in blue tonight, as they're busy about to lay down the challenge to Japan, it is James Lay, Celino Lam, and Paulo Alamil. In the second row, captain Chris Vouch for tonight, next to Theo McFarland. Then it's Teleni, Junior Agassi Sio, Fritz Lee, and Sir Jordan Tafua as your loose trio. Jonathan Tamatena, partners Christian Leolofano is in the 10, Ben Lam at 11, Ed Bordeaux at 15. In the centres, it is Alai D'Angelo Leela and Tuma Amanu. At fullback, it is Duncan Pauau. Off the bench for the Samoans, it is Sama Malolo, Jordan Lay, Michael Alalatoa, Stephen Lotuta, Amado Matoga, Milani Matavaro, Neria Fomai, and Danny Tuala. As the Samoans throw down the challenge, we are just moments away from kickoff. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you are new, by the way, welcome people. How are we all feeling? What have we got to say? I want to get your score predictions in to the chat. So if you have any score predictions, let me know. Go and put them in the chat there. Let me know who you're backing. We've also got a poll running at the moment, and it's literally split at 50-50. So very interesting to see that no one at this stage is no clear winner, which I think shows you this could potentially be quite a close game. Which is very cool. 234 votes in the chat at the moment. I want to get those votes going. So make sure you do go and cast your vote and be part of that poll, which we will end in just a moment. Right, so an advert playing, and then we'll be back to the action. So with your predictions, I also want to know where you guys are watching from. Let me know who you guys are backing tonight. Any particular favorites, for example? Any players you're watching? Earlier, I've said Finding Fun said Japan by 11. Rudy, who's on duty tomorrow night, says should Japan get past Samoa, it'll make it for an interesting match. Last up, Argentina versus Japan, 100%. And it starts now. Asking there. So hello everybody, welcome. We've got Tilafua Manu saying go Manu Samoa. A lot of people seem to be in for Samoa. We've got a couple of Japanese fans in here as well. Saeed Khan saying a lot of chat about Pool C and D being low quality, but the competition with these groups has been amazing. Yeah, I don't think that. I think that's a pretty good summary, really. Maybe the standard of the teams a bit lower than in your Pool A and B, but the actual matches themselves have been top tier, and very, very cool to see that. So hopefully. That'll continue to be the case, and we should be in for a great match tonight. Christian Leolofano is a cool player to watch, one of the players to keep your eyes on this evening. As well as the likes of Ben Lam, for example, good player. Michael Alalato coming off the bench later on in the match is a good player as well. Brother to Alan Alalato, who plays rugby for the Wallabies. Jaco Paper, the man in the middle with the mic. The mic with the mic with the whistle. He's also got Marius Yonka, the Canadian countryman, in the TMO box. Japan will be kicking off, by the way. They were playing right to left in the first half. Sorry, but Samoa will be kicking off, playing right to left. And we do have play underway, and it looks like an early touch for Jack Cornelson there. He goes up and receives it well for Japan. Good cleaning out as well. Also for a couple of blockers is Yataka Nagara. Let's come up, making sure that he's got himself a pretty good base before he goes to the boot. Just outside 22, can't go into touch. Lifts it high into the night sky. A couple of good chases. It's a really, really good take there from Augustus here. As he was backtracking there. Big kind of rack, and the ball comes loose. The penalty from Jaco Paper. I think offsides will probably be the call here. Yeah, it is offsides. A lot of pressure being put on Tamatena. So a pretty good counter rack there coming from Japan. Nice start. And they're going to go for the poles here, by the way. It looks like. I'm trying to work out where Christian Leolofano is about to sort of appear, what the story is here. It won't be Leolofano. It will be Alai D'Angelo Leola, who's got that big boot of his inside their own half here, Samoa. So it'll be a pretty impressive effort if he were to get it. He's going to need a pretty big thump off his left boot, chap. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. It's just short, I think. Yeah, literally just under the crossbar. It's a brilliant kick. And Japan will clear. I think it's Matsuda who goes to find touch. That's a very good touch finder as well. I'll tell you what, that is a bit of an early warning from Samoa that they do have that in their bank. Direction was perfect, and I mean literally 1 or 2 meters maybe short of it being good for distance as well. Bit of a break and play. I'm not sure where Yakapapa's gone, but he's gone off for a bit of a walk. I mean, look at the strike, and beautifully struck it was by Leolia. Just underneath it. I mean, by fractions. In 1 more meter and he would have gotten it. Right, we are ready to resume. It's the first throw for Silela Lam. Goes to the front of the line. Good take as well from Fritz Lee in the number 7 jersey. Looking to use it now. Here's Tamatena. Still edging forward though, the Samoan more. Looking pretty good. Starting to spin towards the right-hand side. Yeah, looking to try and keep it in. Still moving forward. Still moving forward. And now seems to have broken apart. They do use it. It's a really solid carry as well. Getting into the game early now is Tamar Manu. Now running off the fringes. Good take there from Fritz Lee. Now Lilafana. Lilafana trying to put a kick in behind. It's come off a Japanese player. And I think Japan has security. Yeah, they do have possession. So turn over possession here for Japan. And the guy goes back to Matsuda. Goes on the right-hand side. Not his best kick. It'll be on the bounce. Bit of time here for Duncan Pauawa. He wants to go on his own run. Solid defense there. Very good tackle coming from Dylan Riley. Now to the big man. Paolo Alaamil. Oh, it's a really good offload as well. Bringing in Jordan Tuafar. Good quick ball this now for Samoa. Really looking to try and test this Japanese defense. They finally goes nice and flat. It's a good tackle. Now, no, options. Japanese players come through. He's gone away from a couple of these. Eventually brought down is Tamar Manu. But obstruction is the call. Obstruction is the call. Penalty here for Japan. It's a very, very good kick as well. Yeah, and I think it's a pretty fair penalty there. Just a couple of lazy runners there. And I think it was Fritz Lee, actually, who just impeded the Japanese player. I think we've got an early sub here, by the way. We do. And after a nice carry, Seo does leave the park, and he will be replaced by the number 20. I think, actually, it could be, sorry, by 19, which is Stephen Luatua. So first Japanese line out. Needs to start well here. Does Shotahori. And it's been stolen very, very well as well by Theo McFarland. Back on the angle. Solid carry there. Back to Christian Lilafano. And he finds a very nice clearance. But Japan will take it quickly. Go inside. Now options. Options here. What does the make you want to do? Tell us to go to the boot. Matsushima's after it. And it's allowed to bounce. And eventually falls back to, I think it's Laviskakni. It is. Peter Laviskakni is his actual over, but a space in behind. That's a really intelligent kick. And has been turned here, has Duncan Pauaua. He eventually gets to his kick away. Will find touch. Once again, will Japan look to take it quickly? No, he's put this into the stands. A very, very good kick under pressure from the fullback. It's actually brilliantly dealt with. First, I must say, this may be very relevant. I'm very happy for you how you'll be able to do this and keep up the good work. I think I subbed once since the Limited Irish Lions series. Well, good to see you been here for a while. Appreciate it. John's been hectic on the ground, yeah, but very cool. Right, Matsushima at first receiver, which is interesting. Don't often see him there. Quick ball here. Deft hands. They're coming from the plow. Ball pops out here. Not too many options. They take the direct route. Now, Peter Labaskakni. Now, not too much on. So they go to the boot to Japan. Matsushima's off. This is a little bit too far, and he will be able to mark it. I'm not taking any chances there as Ben Lamb. First, the only thing I still disagree with you is that you rate Alton Yankees. You cannot insult Sir Alton. Lord Alton. The man. The man. Yeah, it doesn't look good for Hessia at all. He's got it. Yeah, it's his calf. It's gone. Ice on it there. Wrapped up. That's his evening done. We have a bit of blood jet from one of the Japanese players. So just a bit of running repairs here to try and patch that blood up, blood bin up. Won't need to go off or anything like that. Just a bit of tape, and I'm sure we'll be good to go. Opportunity to have a few words here from the Japanese players. Quite a frantic start. Both teams have actually looked pretty good with ball in hand early on. Nice and direct. Right, Shotohori. Good line on work there. Labaskakni. Oh, it's a big hit coming, but he manages to get away from it. Good carry there from the captain, Kazuki Himino. Now goes to the butcher, does Nagara. Just outside, it's very well weighted, and almost tackling the air from Ben Lam. Oh my goodness, the big hit from Ben Lam. He's not the small lad, is he? The big Simone wing. Nice quick ball. Now it's going to be fired back to... looks like Leo Lea. Intense stuff here. What is the Maker going to do? He's going to kick and chase himself. Oh, I tell you what. It's falling back to him. Needs a bit of support here. Japanese players are arriving. They're just outside the 22. Quick ball. It bounces through a good of Samoan Tractor. Oh, he's almost done the intercept, and that's been put down. Advantage here for Japan will just be a knock-on. I tell you what, it was a bit of a risky pass to throw, and it was almost telegraphically read. I think it was about Dylan Riley was trying to tell you, it was Tomo Amani was trying to get there, but wasn't the best effort from Theo McFarlane, who got up there and he couldn't really catch the ball, knocked it back, and Lameki got onto it, and then, oh, jeepers me, it would have been tickets as well. Tomo Amani getting up so close. In fact, it actually almost steals it off of Himino. If that had gone to hand, though, for Japan, they had numbers. It was a very important read for Mari to make. Good evening, Alan saying, good evening, Steve. I hope you're enjoying Paris. Well, I'm technically in Lyon at the moment. Paris was cool. We're going to be back there for next weekend, I think. But yeah, currently in Lyon. Been here since Sunday. And we leave on Saturday morning, where we then head to Marseille for 3 days. And then we're back here in Lyon. And then back in Paris. So get a bit of everywhere. But yeah, Paris is cool. I want to see more of it. And hopefully we'll get to see more of it next weekend. But yeah, solid scrum there from Japan, by the way. They break down the right-hand side there. Bit of options here. Riley decides to put it onto the boot. And right up against the touchline. He's going to be thrown back inside. The ball does come back inside. And a lot of pressure on Fritz Lee from the Japanese. Good work there. Now goes back to Leolefano. He's under a lot of pressure. Does get his kick away. Will find touch, but I reckon Japan... That's a great take, by the way. Matsuda then throws it back inside. You can see Japan trying to up the ante here. And it's Matsushima who spins away and spins into the very large Luatua. Now solid carry there coming from the Japanese hooker, Shotohori. Now numbers. Oh, spread it one more time. Space out wide for Michael Leach. His first carry of the day, the big Japanese former captain. Well, that's a nice carry as well. Really good work there from Fakatava. And another good carry from Leach. This is really good from Japan. Really up in the ante now. But that is brilliantly done by Salila Lam. Under all the pressure, and the big hooker gets his hands on it, forces a turnover. And disrupting that Japanese attack. Yeah, very nice carry from Leach. Took 6 players to bring him down. Then just go a bit direct here. Just a bit isolated. Not too many players getting back. Around Cornelson took a bit long to get there and allowed Salila Lam to get over it. Very cool scrum cast, by the way, Samoans have all got. All the flag and the different colours and stuff like that. So speaking of the man who won the turnover, Lam will be the one to feed them to line out. And he goes up and comes down to Steve McFarland. Good win from him. And once again, Samoa going to the rolling more here. Which is starting to break apart. And is brought down. Good work from Japan as Samoa just inside their own half. Now, the wraparound. Bump coming from, and oh, another about jeepers me. Just keeps bumping them all off here is Ed Bordeaux. Eventually brought down, but Samoa have lost a good 12 meters there. Back towards Leo Lafano. He spots a bit of space. It goes to the big inside center. Ryoto Nakamura makes a good tackle there. And knocked on in the tackle. I mean, just 2 really good carries from Bordeaux. It's about 100 kgs of the number 14. And showing it off there. Eventually brought down by Michael Leach. I think it had enough. So turnover ball, yeah. Japan scrum. They are lighter. Are Japan. Which you'd imagine. But not as light as you'd think. They're sitting about 894 kgs. So it's not the smallest pack. But yeah, you do see a lot of international packs close to that 1 ton margin than less than 900. But a pretty solid scrum first up, so they can keep that for the rest of the match. It'll stand them in very good stead. Very solid. Matsuda on the front foot. Riley fires it out to Lemeki. Bring out that 2-on-1 situation. It's a great tackle coming across, but he gets away. Oh, he's still going! He's still going as Lemeki! Oh, it's a huge hit on him, but he's still going. 5 minutes out, All Japan. Really good work from the fullback. And it's Lapaskakni. He's over. He scored it. Samoa asking for the penalty for a obstruction, but I think it's actually okay. And the South African born, Lapis Lapaskakni as he's known, is over. They might have a check. They might have a check to see if there is potential obstruction. I don't think so. But they'll check it. Yep, and it's awarded. Tries awarded. No issues there. Japan get the breakthrough. That's a big moment in the game. That's a very good kick as well. Yep, Japan 7 points to 0. Get the first try. And it's Labaskakni who goes over. It's brilliantly worked, Chad. It's a fantastic carry by Lemeki. Just draws, decides to go himself, gets away from the tackle, gets back up, bang, gets away from another tackle, steps back inside. It's a big hit, it's a thumping hit really that comes in from Duncan Pauaua. And eventually, first fave, Lapis Labaskakni. Jack Cornerstone almost guilty of running a bit of a blocking line, but in the end does manage to get out the way in time. And Japan with the first score of the game. Big matches for Japan. Right, speaking of the man who made the thumping hit, Duncan Pauaua. Big carry there coming from Fritz Lee. Quick ball. Down the left-hand side, they skip out and they're good at Duncan. And it's it's a brilliant offload from Theo McFarland. An even better catch coming from Aladangelo de Lilia. Now the big tight head, James Lay, Lucid rather, James Lay carries it in. McFarland goes nice and flat to his tight head. Alomile. Now showing go from James Lay. He's also sporting a pretty impressive moustache. Love your work. Much better than some Samoa. They're going through about 8 phases now. Theo McFarland. Carries strongly, makes a few yards. Work their way down the left-hand side now. Lula. Now the big man, the replacement there. Stephen Luatua. And a penalty for offsides against 10, I think. I think it's against Matsuda. Very annoying penalty to give away from Japan. They're starting to build some nice pressure here. Right, so opting to go to the corner. So looking to try and set up a line out here. And go to the top of the ball, and it's a brilliantly worked. Yeah, they want it back here, Japan. Knock on is the call. And I'll tell you what, I think old Christian Lilafano might be a bit sore after diving in there. Right, so scrum here for Samoa. It's still a pretty good attacking opportunity for them. Right, free kick here from Yako Paper. And it's another scrum here from Samoa. Right, big scrum, penalty advantage here for Samoa. That's a much better scrum from them. They do get the penalty. Decision time now for Chris Vuur, the Samoan captain. Big scrum that from the Samoan front row. That's what 30, 40 kgs looks like. Yeah, you can see lots of hard graft there from James Lay. Pretty easy penalty, and they are going to go for touch here, Samoa. So searching for those for that try. Not going for the 3 points here. Penalty advantage here for Samoa. They're on the front foot here. Big opportunity for them. They're on the front foot. 20 minutes in. Can they get their first try of the day? It's a pretty horrendous pass to Fritzley. He does knock it on forward. But 7 is the call. A free kick, in fact. Not a penalty, just a free kick. That's interesting. You don't often see that. And they call for the scrum, yes, of course they do. And this is where Japan really need to sort of stand up here. James Lay, he fancies himself. He's just gotten the best of Jiwon-gu. He's going to have to really stand up and be counted. On the 5-meter line, this is the perfect opportunity for Samoa to score a first try. Because in fact, a penalty try is on the cards here. Look much more solid there from Japan. That's much better from them. They're going to have to use it as Samoa. Oh, about the back door! And then it's been dropped by Ben Lam. He's now been driven backwards. And knock-on is the call. They try to be audacious there. Jonathan Tumatena moving to the side. And then trying to throw the impossible around the back door offload to Ben Lam. He was fine. I'll tell you what. Oh, he actually should have taken it. That's absolutely brilliantly done. Oh my goodness, Ben Lam, you've just butchered what could have been the try of the tournament. It's a phenomenal pass from Tumatena. And yeah, it's scratching his head because he knows he should have taken that. So scrum now for Japan. You've generally, apart from the one scrum, pretty solid. There's a lot of pressure coming in from Samoa. It's gone down, but it will be reset. Ben Lam, of course, one of the many Samoan players who formerly played for New Zealand, now playing as rugby for Samoa. And if you look at the log there, Argentina with 4 points, Samoa with 6, Japan with 9. So, yeah, big opportunity here for Japan to really put pressure on Argentina. Tim, the screen on the side is coming in just a moment. If you just get, I'm busy trying to get it on screen right now. So just stay with me, and it'll be there very shortly. And a penalty here from Yaka Paper. This is now for Samoa, so Japan discipline's starting to cost them a little bit. Right, there it is. There's the tracker. So I just sort of from that now. Right, so penalty this time. They will be taking the points here. And once again, it will be Leola. He will take it. Interesting to see that Christian Leolafano has not been has been relieved with duties for this evening so far. First effort was behind the halfway line. This effort far more straightforward for the inside centre. Should have no issues with it really. And yeah, has no such issues. But it goes over. Right, points up here for Samoa. They're moving to 3 points. Japan 7 points. Samoa's 3. Right, deep restart there for Japan. Oh, it's actually missed the jumper, but I think it's really well taken in the end by Ed Bordeaux. I don't think he was expecting that, but thankfully he was aware to it. Now Tommy Atina needs to find a good clearance. He will find touch, and Japan will not take it quickly. So, yeah, Matsushima opting against taking it quickly. He's happy to slow things down a little bit. 25 minutes in, by the way. 4 points the margin at the moment. Japan have played well, actually. Both teams have played pretty well with ball in hand. Pretty close contest at the moment. Not too much in it. Good work there, good. And then there's Lapaskakni, I think it is, in the midfield there. Back on the angle, I think it's Amino. What? And penalty advantage here for Japan. Pops up and it goes to Michael Leach. He's broken it through, he's looking for offload. Can't find one. Another penalty advantage here for Japan. And there is the penalty, right? Decision time here for Japan. Yeah, Amino just being told to keep his players quiet. But 2 penalties, back-to-back penalties already there from Samoa. This is very kickable, so I wouldn't surprise me if they do decide to take the points here, Japan. Very good work there from Michael Leach with the half-line break. Looking for the offload. Unfortunately, no supporting players there for him to be able to find. Right, so they are going to take the points here. Is Matsuda. This to re-establish that 7-point lead. Yep, no issues there. Yeah, straight over the middle there. Very good work from him. And Japan restore that 7-point lead with 13 minutes, well, 12 minutes ready to go in the first half here. Right, once again, Leolafano going down the left-hand side. It's pretty right up against the touchline, and it's very, very well chased as well. It's good. It was well taken in the end, I think. But it's a huge counter-ruck and penalty for going off their feet at the ruck from Samoa. So just as well, Japan under a lot of pressure at the breakdown there. Ben Lam with a very good chase. And Japan going a bit further up. Not the best kick. They'll be just before their intermediate line. Still very much inside their own half. And just over 10 minutes. I think Japan, yeah, very rightful leaders at the moment. Leach goes up. It's a good take from him. Nalabskakni goes to his captain, Himino, who's a little bit stagnant on that carry. Wants to go to the boot shirt, does Nagara. Does go to the boot, so Matsushima puts his head down. He's going to have to win a big effort up against Ben Lam, the big wing. And Leach is there to assist with the tackle. Matsushima trying to get over that ball. Quick ball now for Samoa. It's a big carry there coming from the captain, Chris Vua. Now they go short. Big carry now coming from Paulo Alamila. He's a big boy. Now, Duncan. Power. Ball lands back into the hands, but forward. I'll tell you what. I thought that Tamura Mani thought he had a bit of space ahead of him, but forwards off the Samoan player, so it will be a Japanese scrum. A couple of former players watching on. A couple of Japanese fans realizing they're on TV. Very chuffed with that concept. Now, space. Oh, space. It's a 3-on-1. Lemeki still going. Looking at that offload back inside. Into the 22 of Japan. Quick ball needed. Quick ball coming from the guard. Trying to get out of the way of Yako Paper. Penalty advantage as well for Japan. Get it back out wide. Thought about the cross kick. Oh, just play the numbers. Play the numbers. Matsushima should have scored. Oh, it could be a bit of a butcher. They still got the numbers. Ball over the top. And Michael Leach is over. Brilliant work from Japan. That is Japanese rugby at its best, by the way. Good hands, good awareness, but the speed of play there. Recycling the ball quickly. Finding the space out wide. Couple of bad decisions, ironically, but the pace of play, and it's a yellow card as well. And I think it's a yellow card to Tuma Terena, who is the scrum half. That's a huge. It is a huge loss there for Japan. It's going to be a difficult one to cope without. So Samoa concede a try, lose a player. Down to 14 men for the final 9 minutes of that second half. Look at the space here. And Lemeki, I think, does very well. Gets away from one, gets away from two. Eventually brought down by Lilafona. He's having an absolute cracker, by the way, this Lemeki. And then that quick ball over the top here. Nagara. Bang. Ball over the top to Michael Leach. Dives nice and early. Found him signing himself on that wing. Didn't have much to do, but just need to catch it, get himself over. The important thing here is that he goes over pretty early. I mean, he dives. He actually lands about a meter or two for the line. But had enough space that he was always going to get over. And the Japanese fans celebrate, even including the young ones. 15 points to 3. And it's because the Japanese side has not been phenomenal so far at the World Cup. They've not really lived up to the sort of 2019 expectations. You know, we really thought this team was going to be one that was going to really keep growing. So it hasn't quite progressed as much as we probably like it. They've been a bit iffy so far in this tournament, but looking pretty good. And Matsuda, that's a phenomenal kick. I mean, I tell you what, that is every Springbok fan's dream, to see a kick right up against the touchline, starting towards the right, just shifting it slightly. He's 3 from 3, looking very comfortable off the tee. 14-point lead without a scrum off here, Samoa, and yeah, that could just be a very long 10 minutes. He's a very important part of the entire team, actually, is Jonathan Taumatena. So to lose him is a big blow, a huge blow. Good take there from the restart again now for Japan. I think a lot of this is about really hammering home this advantage, trying to get themselves back into Samoa territory. They've made a replacement here, by the way. Luala's going off and Tuala's come on. So it's the second replacement they've had to make. Danny Tuala, the 24-year-old, replacing the inside centre. And that's not a replacement they would have really liked to have made. So losing a couple of players here. Now Duncan, power coming in. It's a good solid tackle on him. I think it is from Shota Hori. Change of angle. Solid carry. First carrier, that is, for Danny Tuala. Now it goes to the big Fritz Lee. Gets the ball away as well. Good hands, good hands. Big hit coming as well. Good work from Tua Manu. Lilafano in its scrum half now. And Tuala's had to go to first receiver. Pick up and go coming from Paul Alomile. Now Tuala steps back inside. Ball comes loose. That's a brilliant offload. And as Manu found the side, he puts it to the boot. And Nagara will just be able to... Oh, he kicks it out there. Bit of a strange decision to make. I'm not quite sure I didn't just dot it down. So goal line dropout here. I think he had a bit more time than he thought, actually. So, Lamont Lameki with ball in hand. A great offload this by Theo McFarlane. Getting his hand over. Put an Arceus name on. Getting his hand over. Back towards Tamura Manu. Right, big restart there from Nicky doing that right hand side. Tim McFarlane right against the touchline, goes himself. Bashes one away, gets back, ball back inside. Eventually goes falls back to Ben Lamb, who's brought down about halfway between the 22 and the 10 meter now. Samoa. In that scrum off there is Leofano and Fritz Lee carrying it strongly, making a few yards. I tell you what, Duncan Powell has been full of running tonight. I reckon he's beaten at least 5 or 6 defenders so far. I guess the offload away as well. So he's a danger man here for Samoa. They're on the blind side now. Big carry from the big number 8. So Jordan Tuafa. And now it's a little Lamb. Ball pops up and Leofano gets it up to Tuala. Puts his head down, carries well, makes a meter or 2 as well. Japan defense being truly tested now. Pick up and go coming from Aloamile. Pick up and go from his partner, James Lay. And then once again, so the props doing all the carrying here. Now popped up, working hard on the tackle there is Tuafua. And slowly progressing there. Numbers. Ball goes out wide. They need to scramble across here. Oh, he gets bumped off the tackle, but eventually doesn't make it. Does Nakabula. And then a penalty as well for Samoa. And a double blast of the whistle here from Yako Paper. I'm not quite sure what it is. If he wants to have a look here, he wants to have a chat to the captain. Yeah, Marius Yonke is being called into action here, the TMO. Not sure what was he checking over here. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Shota Hori. Oh goodness me, that's gonna be a yellow card. He's led with his face, he's led with his head. He could be in a lot of trouble here. It's direct head-on-head contact. It's gonna be a pretty easy decision here for Marius Yonke to make. That's gonna be a yellow card. That's gonna be reviewed to go to the TMO bunker. Big player salute. Scrum off on a hooker. And if I am part of the Japanese coaching staff, I would be looking at bringing on Atsushi Sakata basically now, because I think that Shota Hori, he's going to be in the TMO bunker. I think he's out of here. I don't think there's enough mitigation to leave that as a yellow card. I think that could be upgraded to a red card. I think they should be bringing on a hooker sooner rather than later. Yeah, that's a big moment in the game, though. A huge moment in the game. The penalty's been reversed. It will be Samoa penalty down in the left-hand side here. Decision time. Doesn't really make sense to go for poles here. They are trailing by 14 with 4 minutes to go. You kick that to the corner. You run the clock down a little bit. Try and get Samoa Taylor back onto the field. As Hori has a nervous wait for the next 4 minutes before they decide if that red card's going to be, well, if it's going to be upgraded to a red card or not. Samoa looking to the running more here. It's shifting towards the left. Haven't really got any go forward just yet. Now they're getting a bit of go forward. Now they're getting a lot of go forward. That's going to be a try. Easy as you like. I tell you what. Salela Land didn't have to do too much there. Once he had found his man, took a while to get going. He's very sore. You can see he's taking a while to get back up. So he's it's not coming at a price. But that's a pretty easy try in the end for him. Samoa very much back in this. Now they're 14 against 14 with a kick to come to try and make it a 7-point game once again. Yeah, I said once it's got set, they were slightly towards the left, but driving home really, really easy. And yeah, it was just destined to go over the try line, wasn't it? Big celebrations there coming from James Lay. He knows how big that is. Yeah, it's been hooked. It's not the best kick there came from Christian Leolofano, but yeah, right. So 1 minute to go, and they should be able to get Jonathan Tamatena back just after half time. I think it still is, yeah, 2 minutes left on his clock, and there is 1 minute left on the match clock. And still a nervous wait for Shota Hori as he waits to find out if he is at that card. It will be upgraded to a card. Christian Leolofano picking up and going to the box kick. Pretty good as well. Pretty good skill set being displayed here by the number 10. Right, Samoa now, ball back there. Still waiting on to see if Hori's going to get upgraded to the red card. I'll probably hear that at just for half time. But meanwhile, Samoa on the front foot here. Now kick over ahead. Japan really just want to feel the ball doesn't allow it to bounce. Kept inside of Samoa, and it's been knocked on. So knock-on advantage for Japan, and then kick it ahead. And that'll be half-time. The critical still does come from Yako Paper. Still no confirmation on that Shota Hori yellow card, where that has been upgraded to a red. Interesting to see if that gets decided during half time or if there's going to be a decision. I think probably on as he comes back out, I think Jakob will make that decision. Right, people, that is half time. Please do smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. We'll see you guys in just a little bit, so don't go away. We did ask the poll and we said who you think is going to win the game. And after 400 votes, Japan is just edging it. So we'll have a poll up in the second half to see if you guys reckon they can hold on to their to that lead. But yeah, we'll see you guys in just a little bit. Make sure that you subscribe on the way out if you are new, as you're going to get your beverage stuff like that. And see you guys very soon.
It's okay, they're here. Thank you, everybody. We're now going to start the Samoa Eve of Match briefing. Very warm welcome to assistant coach Andrew Goodman and players Ed Fidu and also Paul Alo Emiles. Thank you very much for joining at the last minute there, Paul. Thank you. We'll open the floor to questions straight away. If you can please raise your hand and a microphone will come your way.
Yeah, Rich Freeman from Kyoto News. Andrew, all test matches are obviously important, but this one has been dubbed the sort of do or die game given the context of the group. Is that how you are approaching this game?
Yeah, it's exciting how wide open the pool is with all the results that have gone the way in the first couple of weeks. Do or die is not really some terminology we've used. We've talked about a performance that we can be proud of coming off Argentinian game where we felt some aspects of the game were really good, the effort and care in our defence, but execution on the other side of the ball was something we were looking to improve on. So we've talked about those areas this week and how we're going to be proud of a performance we put out against Japan this week.
I think there's a question here on the left, was there? And then to the right. I will come here to the right. Yeah, thank you.
ラグビーライターの広志ですけども、アンディさん、もしシークレットじゃなければ、我々のオールドフレンドでもあるナイジェルがメンバーから外れている理由を教えてほしいんですけど。
Who? Nigel. Konnichiwa.
Ah.
Yeah,
Right.
Nigel. Yeah. Nigel's had 2 80-minute performances. We've had another 6-day turnaround, and we've got some wings that are really keen and energised to get a performance out in the field for us. So we've made a number of changes across our 15 and our 23. So we're just looking to make sure we've got the right energy going into this big game against Japan.
あとはお二人の選手ですけども、7月に日本でねゲームもしっかりサモアはやって、日本がどんなチームかっていう感触はしっかりつかめてるとは思うんですけど、プレーしたかしてないかには関わらず、今どんな部分でしっかり日本に勝てるという自信をお持ちですか？
Yeah, I can answer that. Yeah, it was obviously a really proud day for us when we did beat Japan a few months ago. That was the first time in 11 years that we had beaten Japan. So it's a big moment for us. And obviously losing in 11 years against Japan goes to show it's not an easy feat. They're still a very tough team. We're aware of their strengths, of key players, but we're also very confident in our game plan, in our coaches and the players, and we're going to, like Goody said, we want to put out a performance that we're proud of, and obviously winning comes with that. So, yeah, thank you for the question.
Thank you we'll come here to the left and then here on the right.
Paul, forwards could be the key of the match versus Japan.
Was it français?
Sorry?
Was it français?
Oui, Midi Olympique.
Okay. Yeah, I think the forwards would definitely be very key. We have a good experienced pack. Would I say that's the key to winning? No, we still have 23 players on the field, and the forwards we just need to be switched on. Making sure we're concentrating at every aspect of the game, whether it's lineouts, scrums around the field, rucks, and so. I do trust in our forward pack, but we all have to be switched on and concentrating and fully engaged in what we're doing.
We'll go to the back of the room for the next question. Thank you.
Talofa, huge game you're preparing for, replacing Nigel Wong. What are you bringing into the match against Japan, which is do or die?
I think nothing special. Just gonna turn up and play my game. I think I know as a fast winger, but tomorrow you might see a different head. There's no pressure on me, and it's not a lot different from Nigel. So I'm just excited to being given this an opportunity, and I'm gonna take it with my two hands and give it my all tomorrow.
Another question?
Paul, is it special for you to play the World Cup in France because you play in France for several years?
Yeah, it's very, very special to me. I consider France my home now. I've been here for 8 years, going into 9 seasons. So I've had 2 kids that were born here in France. And so for me, this is home. And I was really excited to be able to welcome, some of the boys who've never been to France in the team. Welcome them to the French lifestyle, especially the French food as well. Yeah, it is very, very special, and I'm very happy that it's here.
Here and then towards the back.
日本テレビの山本と言います。4年前も戦っているお二人ですけれども、4年前から成長した部分、一番進化した部分、この大会において日本に見せるとしたらどんなところでしょうか。
That was about playing 4 years ago, and what have you improved in terms of playing against Japan?
Well, first of all, it's a completely different squad and coaching group from 4 years ago. Yeah, so obviously we've looked at the historical fixtures between Japan and Samoa and what's going to be really important tomorrow. So. And as you talked about the fixture earlier in the year, we're really aware that that game was altered because of the red card. And that's going to be a big one in the game tomorrow, the discipline from both sides. It's been a big factor in the World Cup games so far. So managing that part of the game and being really disciplined to keep a Japanese team very well coached, especially on the attack side of the ball by Tony Brown. We've got to limit their opportunities inside our half. So we'll be looking to make sure we're really clean with all of our play.
スポーツ報知の和田です。お答えいただける選手で構わないのですが、前日練習のさっきの時に入り口にボールをこう積んでから選手がそこからボールを取って練習を始めると思うんですけど、あれは何か意味があることなんでしょうか。
Might need to repeat the question again, please.
今日の練習を始める前にコーチの人たちがボールをピラミッドとか山のように積んでから選手が入ってきてその山からボールを取って練習を始めていたと思うんですけれど、あれは何か特別な意味があることなんですか？
So you got it?
Yeah, I understand. It doesn't mean anything special at all. It's just I think the equipment manager he's very good at his job and he wants to put the balls, you know, like a pyramid. Sometimes they're lined up, but there's nothing special to it, and it's just making sure that the balls are available for the players. So when we go warm up, you know, warming up our catch passes, our kicks, and all that. But there's nothing significant. No, it doesn't mean anything.
We have another question at the back and then here to the front.
Question for Coach. How hard have we been working on our handling areas heading into the game tomorrow? We've seen that in the past couple of games, a lot of mishandling errors and you know, some mistakes from our set pieces. How hard have you worked towards the game against Japan tomorrow?
Yeah, it's just one of those things that we just talked about, not wasting any reps at training, exactly what you've talked about, really focusing on the basics of the game, focusing on the ball, really good passes. So being brilliant at the basics has been a lot of our chat this week, and we want to go out, as I said, and be proud of our performance, and part of being proud of our performance is executing those simple skills really well. So we've tried to keep it positive, turn the language positive, catch everything, finish your pass, do everything brilliantly, and we'll have a good day at the office.
Paul, again, sorry. You were very close to win versus Argentina. What's that miss for you, your team to beat Argentina?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of. I think, you know, there's no secret. There were just we weren't able to finish. You know, certain phases we were not able to execute certain skills at key moments. We approached the game confidently, thinking, you know, we had the team, we have the game plan to beat Argentina, but unfortunately, you know, there were too many mistakes, and that's what ultimately cost us the game. So, like Goody said, this week we've been working really hard on trying to finish, you know, those phases, finish our plays, and hopefully we can bring that tomorrow against Japan, who are a very skillful team. But we've moved on from Argentina, and they're also a very good team. But yeah, we're very focused on Japan tomorrow, and that's what we're aiming for.
We've got time for a couple more questions, if there are any. One at the back, and here at the front.
Question for Ed. I know you're not just playing for yourselves when you play during the Rugby World Cup. What's your message to your family and to the rest of Samoa around the world that will be vying for you tomorrow?
I think it's the same message all the time. I was gonna say in Samoa, taira mo kapuainga o talo ia male karikongo mo le mawhainga mako whainga luenga. E ula vanga le maua le malo le vai aso ake ia. E langunga lava lo maua lava le langolango ma le langunga vai kalo a inga e masoko kungu pele o Samoa. Right.
We have another question here at the front.
すみません、日本語で失礼いたします。日本テレビの古田と申します。明日日本戦迎えるわけですけれども、一人もし警戒選手を挙げるとしたらどの選手になりますでしょうか。
I think as Paulie touched on earlier, we're aware of a number of key players that they have. If you look at the impact a guy like Hamino's had on the games, both sides of the ball, Michael Leach, big players for.
Right, and we are back for the second half. Yeah, Japan now with ball in hand. They're playing right to left. They do lead Samoa 17 points to 8. 2 players in the bin. It is currently 14-14. Samoa will get a player back very shortly, though. And it's a terrible restart there from Japan. Almost a good one, but it's fallen to the right way. Then knocked on by Samoa. The good news, however, for Japan is that Shota Hori will not go further into the bin. He will not be getting a red card. They have reviewed it, and he will be allowed to come back on after his 10-minute suspension is finished. So that is a big boost for Japan, because going down to 40 men. But that is the end of the yellow card to Jonathan Tamatena as he comes back onto the park. Then having number 9 he did throw an audacious pass earlier, but Ben Lam not able to hold on to it. Almost a very quick start there for Samoa, and early scrum now for Japan, who are still down a man. So opportunity for them to try and sort of run the clock down, and there is an early replacement. I mean, I always wonder about these sort of I suppose actually, sorry, it's a replacement in the front row there. They're probably hope to get away with it. Atushi Sakata comes back on, so we will see Jonna Nakabula come back on when Shota Hori comes back in a few minutes. Right, so as it stands, Japan will go up to 13 points, by the way, just 1 point behind England. Unless they score another 2 tries and get a bonus point try, in which case they will go level with England, but they'll be behind on head-to-head. Nemeki, off the back of the scrum, been using a lot of the ball carrier today and very good as well. Hori with just under 5 minutes left on that yellow card. Strange kick that from Nagara. He put so much heart into it, and they went well into the 22, and it's pretty easy in the end from Duncan Pauaua to field that and hammer it back down. He's kicked absolutely brilliantly tonight, by the way. Been very impressed by the fullback. Let's remove that yellow card for Samoa. Just the yellow card for Japan. Good take there from Michael Leach. Takes a while to get down. He goes to Nagari, goes to the boot once again. Matsushima underneath it. Will be competitive. A lot of players there. McFarlane puts his hands in the air and takes it very well. Eventually brought down to the ground. So ball turned over to Samoa. Good hands there. Ilafano fires it out wide. A bit of space, but going to the boot on that right-hand side. Well covered in the end by Nemeki. He's having an absolutely storm of a game. He puts in the air and he's going to chase it himself. Oh, jeepers me. He's absolutely hammered the scrum off. Big counter coming from Japan. But Samoa do secure it. But what a hit. And I'll tell you what, if Japan go on to win this, I think you struggle to find a more deserving player of the match than Lamar Nemeki, who's been absolutely brilliant tonight. But speaking of brilliant, that is a phenomenal kick. And I think that is a 50-22 from Christian Leolofano. Let's just check where the ball starts inside the Japanese half. But if not, that's absolutely brilliant. Look at this hit. Oh, my goodness. But yeah, it is well back inside. And Christian Leolofano spotting the space. Pretty poor covering in the end. And, yeah, I think Matsushima and another wing. Look at our man down, which is where it really does hurt. But it's a brilliant kick from Leolofano. He's found so much space out wide there. It is a 22, which means that Salena Lamb will look to put this in the line out. Watch out for Theo McFarlane and Fritz Lee, probably the 2 targets. That's a pretty bad liner that does fall to Chris Friel. Wasn't supposed to, he didn't even jump. But main thing is Samoa do still have possession. Lamb now. McFarland. Fighting in that tackle. Now goes to James Lay. And that's brilliantly worked. Brilliantly won. And I think it's the captain, Hamana. It is the captain. He gets over and he wins the breakdown penalty. Big celebration from him. Big moment as well. Still trying to sort of just keep this clock running down. yeah, it's very, very poor breakdown work, it must be said. It's horrendous, actually, from the captain of Samoa, Chris Fua, who's, I don't even know where he is, but he's so far away from the ruck. And Paul Alumina not putting much on pressure on him, and Amino gets a clean go at the ball, gets his hands over it, wins the penalty, celebrates, and Japan will be able to kick themselves out of danger as Shota Hori's yellow clock timer just slowly counts down, gets below that 1.5 minute mark. Michael Leach goes up, comes down, showing go from the Gara, and it's been tackled out the ball here. Oh, Japan, yeah, I'll see the penalty. Did get a penalty, but it's pretty stupid there from Tamatena, who went through and to try and make the early hit, protecting the man without the ball though. And Japan says they just slow down. Shota Hori, less than a minute left on his clock before he comes on. Matsuda finds touch just outside 22, so Japan slowly but surely building themselves up. There's going to be a brand new front row from the looks of it, by the way. I think Shota Hori will come back on, but he'll have two new props in with it. So Japan making subs there. Craig Miller, Asila Avalu being prepped. It's a good line out win. And Japan on the front foot now. Matsuda goes short to his captain Hamino. Now Fakatava, I'd like to see him with more ball in hand this half. Lapiskakti, the try scorer. Michael Leach. Slow ball here for Japan. Eventually goes to Matsuda. They fire it out wide to Riley. Bit of a goosey on him. Makes a yard or two. Nagaro shows and goes, but it's completely isolated. And a couple of players need to arrive here. They do. It's very good work at the breakdown there from Japan. Goes short now, do they? And not too many options there for Hamino to just carries it up himself. Samoa really trying to contest the breakdown. Very, very nice hands there from Japan. A nice carry as well coming from Jack Cornelston. But they've now going out wide. Lemeki fires it out. They've got a 3-on-2 here. Lapiskakti comes back inside. He takes a big hit. Into the 22 they do go. Very nice carry there from Inagagi. Now Jack Cornelson, solid carry, really good work this from Japan on the front foot here. The captain Amino, big hit on him, but he still got it. Nagara looking for options. He goes to Michael Leach. They're just 10 meters out here, Japan. Ah, that's dreadful. Knock on there coming from Nakamura. Now they go out wide, and it's a double whistle blow. I think it's a double knock here from Yakapepo. Else there's an injury. And I think we're going to have potentially have a look at a tackle here on Lapiskakti. I did wonder when he cut back inside. It seemed to be a very big hit on him. So I think we're going to go to the TMO here. I'm pretty sure I can hear Maurice Jonker. Yeah, Maurice Jonker is about to be involved here. He's going to chat to Yakapepo. He wants to have a look. Ben Lamb is the man who would be being checked here. So this could be a huge moment in the game. So he just comes back inside here. His head's all right, but I think we have to look at the shoulder here. Oh no, cheers. Cheers. That is direct shoulder to head. Ben Lamb's gone very high here. He's hammered him with the shoulder. And this is actually where I'd like to see referees be brave and make the call, because that's a red card. It's going to be a yellow card, by the way, so I'm going to remove the yellow card from Japan. I'm going to give it to Samoa, because he will go to the bin. And Samoa down to 14 men, and I'll be very, very surprised if we see him again. Because that did not look good at all. Went up very high, did Ben Lamb. Right, so here comes a couple of front rowers Three, in fact. Shota Hori back on the park, but 2 new props for Japan. Also, it sees the return of Joan Nakabula. So Japan back to a full contingent. Samoa down to 14. And I'd be very, very surprised if we do see Ben Lam return. It didn't look like a good tackle at all. Led with a shoulder, direct shoulder to head contact. I think that's pretty clear cut. So he will obviously resume with a penalty for Japan. That's another replacement here. So Lavaskakni has gone off. I don't know if that's a HIA. But he has been replaced by Warner Dearns. Right, Japan now on the front foot. 5 meters out. Not the best line out jump there from Jack Cornelson, but he comes away with the ball. Looking for the rolling more here, Japan. They've got a bit of a run so far. Now it's really been held up. Taking a while to get going again. Samoa look pretty well set. They're probably going to have to use this for Japan. Michael Leach controlling things at the back. And I think that they're going to no penalty advantage here for Japan. I'm not sure they'll be able to get this ball out. Yeah, I have another penalty coming from the side as the call. I'll knock this out and go again, I reckon. A really good time to score for Japan as well. Right, back on the 5 meter line. Go Japan. Big moment here. With their third try. I mean, they're 1 try away from the bonus points, but more to the point, I think this would really take the wind out of the sails of the Samoans. They're currently 9 points behind. So a try would put them at 14, potentially 60 points behind. And that's looking pretty good. Pretty good. Try time. Try time from Japan. Off the back of a maul, you don't often see Japan with a great maul, especially against a team like Samoa. But that's brilliantly worked. They've gotten on the right-hand side, right by the corner, and it's the captain Amino who comes away with it. The Japanese fans are flexing in the stand. I'm not sure I'd be flexing in the stand when playing against Samoa. I'm pretty sure if they were to come down to things, Samoa probably have the strength in them. Yeah, as I said, it's the perfect time for them to score. 22 points to 8. Kick to come. And Matsuda's looked very good off the tee as well. Right, 14-point game. Just to make it a 16-point game. He's at 100%. 3 from 3 all on the left-hand side of the park. Now from the right-hand side. Is that going to come back? It's 1-2. Almost 1-2, but down the left-hand side from Matsuda. So it remains a 14-point game. Right, here come the reinforcements for Samoa. They are going to put in a whole brand new front row. There's a rolling scoreboard in the fans over there. Some man with a scrum cap and some horns. He's got a scoreboard on him. It's certainly unique. Can't say I've ever seen that before. Right, here we go. Decision. I think this is going to be a red card. Yeah, I can't really hear the discussions, but based on that, they are looking at a red card here. Yeah, I think it had to be. It had to be a red card. Yeah, it is a red card. Yeah, Ben Lamb, it's a big player to miss. It's a big player to lose as well, but it was a horrible tackle. He's already back in the dugout as Ben Lamb, and I don't think he can have too many complaints, to be honest. It was always a bad challenge. It went flying in at high pace, and it's up. I mean, he's connected over here. It had to be a red card. You cannot complain about that in the slightest. And Samoa now 14 points behind. They're down to 14 for the rest of the game, and this becomes a very, very tough task for them. Yeah, for regardless of what you think of the laws and stuff like that, but I mean that's just a dreadful tackle. I don't think there's anything to really talk about there. It's a horrible tackle. It's deserves a red card. He's gotten a red card. That'll be the end of his tournament. But this could very well be the end of Samoa's tournament if they don't be careful. In Pool D over here, currently sitting with 5 points, but after this, Japan will go up to 9. Argentina still to play this weekend. Now Japan with a bit of space out wide. Really using that width of the field. It goes to Lemeki. It's knocked on from Bordeaux. The good kick was a very, very impressive kick. A intelligent kick there from Lemeki. He's just fired and trying to get over the head of Bordeaux. He put his hands up to try and catch it, but it was going to be a very difficult catch. Knocks it on. And Japan will have gained about 30-odd meters. They'll have a scrum to... it is a new front row for Samoa. So an opportunity for them to try and see if they can maybe start making some inroads there. 2 new props for Japan. Big travel from Japan. The ball hasn't come in yet, and yeah, I think they have to have a reset. It's probably the best idea. And Yakuko Paper does agree with that assessment. So they have a relook at it now. Another reset here at the scrum. Right, going to ask you guys if you guys think it was a red card. That's going to be an interesting poll. I think that's probably the way to go here. I personally think it was pretty clear cut. Did Ben Lamb deserve a red card for his tackle? Simple yes, no. Go answer on the poll. Right, there it is. Big scrum. Huge scrum now coming from Japan. Bit of a tighter coming from Samoa. The ball is available, and there is a penalty advantage. There comes the penalty for Japan, who are now pushing for bonus point, by the way, with 3 tries. That'll be the next thing on the list they'll want to try and get. Nope, you want to go for polls? Yeah, guaranteeing the victory first. It's responsible. It's not a bit boring for the viewer. Come on, we want to see tries. Yeah, people want to see tries. But an impressive scrum there from the Japanese. Right, so Matsuda's kicked very well, especially in this area of the field. Very good work there. Straight down the middle. No issues from him. The Japanese fans going absolutely mental. 25 points to 8. Looking very comfortable all of a sudden. Matsuda's been pretty good off the team. And now Leonofano gets things back on the way. Goes short. It's really, really well taken. I'm trying to see who that is. That's brilliant. It could have been Amino. He gets up there very quickly. Gets hammered and goes down. He might be a bit sore after that. He landed on his side, but it's brilliantly taken. Now Nagara goes to the box kick. And eventually falls back into the hands of Leolia. There's now space on wide. Space on wide. Comes back inside as Leota. Big carry there from Fritz Lee. Tamatena now. Takapawal getting his hands through the tackle and he's thrown straight into the hands of Craig Miller, who was got an early Christmas present there. Now Nagara's going to fire us back to Lemeki. He sees a bit of space down the left-hand side. He wants to try to turn a few players, but well tracked back in the end from Takapawal, who wants to run himself. Oh, that's a huge tackle. Hello. Welcome back into the game and the turnover as well. It's amazing how much a dominant collision can create that opportunity. It's a huge tackle from Nakabula. Japan getting over and winning the breakdown penalty as well. Winning all the small battles now, the Japanese, and that's a big part of the game. Yeah, it's a massive tackle. And it's Craig Miller. Sorry, it's Ryoto Nakamura gets over there and wins that penalty. Oh, it's a huge tackle, though. Absolutely brilliant from Nakabula. Another replacement for Samoa, number 20, and Amanda Maturga comes on. 19 has been subbed, by the way. So, not quite sure what's happened there, but Warner Durns has been replaced. One imagines by Kanji Shimokawa, but very, very strange to have Locke replaced, who was a replacement himself. Oh, good, the hands. Oh, so Lavskakni's back on, so it's HIS. Lavskakni as passes HIA. Oh, that's very wisely worked by Nagara. Ball popped up and he's just sort of nudged it ahead for one of his players with his boot. Japan to the 22. And now potentially, a penalty here for Samoa. As the replacement scrum up, he's just come on, actually. In Mato Alvo. He got over that ball and then won it back. Good work from him. Oh, I lie like a flat fish. It's Alamanda Matega. He wins that penalty. Brilliant work. That was Kakne eventually taking his feet up, but far too late. Right, Fritz Lee trying to get on the front foot. Currie himself is Motuava. Again, he gets the offload away. Oh, what a step. And the oh, he's left it behind as, oh my goodness, if I tell you what, if Theo McFarlane holds on to that, he could go all the way. A turnover ball for Japan inside their own 22. Oh, now there's numbers down the left-hand side here. They want to use it. They go straight. Get that ball back inside. Eventually goes back to Nakabula. Good hands. Craig Miller offloading to Matsushima. Matsuda. All his numbers. Lemeki trying to square a couple of players up. Lemeki going himself. He's going around the outside. And eventually throws the ball back inside, but I think he was in touch. Pretty big hit on him as well. So the fullback takes a while to get up. Yeah, good work at the breakdown there from Japan. And they're making it really well. Yeah, just gets on the outside. Just had the pace, and then yeah, unfortunately, I mean, not what you want to see when you've got the touchline. You're trying to stay in, and you've got the massive Armando Matega coming across. You absolutely hammered him into touch. So a bit of a break here. The players get a bit of water in their systems. And they compete at the line and they win it to Japan. Emino comes away with it. Throws a long pass out wide to Matsushima. Matsushima under a bit of pressure, stepping away from 2, doing very well. Now Matsushima's got a space. This is where he's so dangerous. Bang out on the outside. Just brought down. Pops it back on the inside. He was in touch. He was in touch. He was in touch. What a moment. He's so exciting. He is so exciting. It's taken him a while to really get into the game. But that was proper from the winger. Now Smurf take it quickly, finding a bit of space on that right-hand side. Still deep inside their own half. Big carry there for Michael Alatoa. Deep kick and very, very well done by Lemeki. Right, now what does he want to do? He's going to kick and chase himself. He's been doing that a lot this evening. It's pretty competitive as well. Right up against touchline. It's a good take in the end. And Samoa on the halfway line. Alatoa shows and goes himself. Made in the tackle really well, though, from Japan. They're already starting to front up physically in the second half. Matavawa will get to his hands, like the power, and he gets it away to the big hooker. Sama Malolo. Pops it up to Luatua. The big boy is getting involved now. Samoa past semi line. Quick ball. Set back on the inside. Very, very well met in the tackle, though. Valu was away to the threat. Now goes down the left-hand side. Theo McFarlane comes back on the inside. Japanese players scrambling as Samoa go through the phases. Alatoa decides to go the direct route. Once again, good physicality. I tell you what, Asila Avula is getting through a lot of work here, the big tight head. Alatoa, good tackle on for Michael Leash. Hitting him nice and low, keeping him stationary. Using the momentum here, Samoa. Now show and go comes from Jordan Lay. One of the many brothers that are playing in the World Cup here. Motego picks it up and goes again. Finding a few yards. Samoa still trying to find their way into the 22. Oh, and everybody's left it behind. I tell you what, that could work off terribly here. Pops it up brilliantly to Leach. Back to Matsushima. He's going to have the pace, surely. He is. Off he goes. Here comes the bonus point. And Matsushima is over. Horrible, horrible pass. It just went to nobody. And all of a sudden, you had a couple of Japanese backline players coming through, a couple of Samoan forwards trying to get back. As soon as one of the Japanese players got up, first thing they did was look to offload. As soon as it fell to Matsushima with green grass ahead of him, there was only ever going to be one scenario there. He's got so much pace. Came alive a little bit earlier. It was the first time we really saw him with ball in hand, and now he has a trial, does he? I think it actually has been ruled out, by the way. Potentially, I think it could be a knock-on here. So we're looking to see if the knock-on's coming here from Dylan Riley. And does he touch it? He does indeed. He does indeed. Maurice Yonka has found the knock-on. It's a slight knock-on. It's so slight. But it is a knock-on. The try has been cancelled out. And the scoreline will remain. No bonus point just yet for Japan. Let's go all the way back for a scrum. With 18 minutes to go. A very loose pass. It was really good work by Dylan Riley. He just pops it to Michael Leach. Ball back inside to Matsushima. Yeah, I mean, listen, you're not going to back Chris Fui to be able to rein him in. Right, scrum here for Samoa. Oh my goodness, what a hit. Jeepers me. Leo Leo's he's had a good game actually outside centre. He's been pretty industrious. Pick up and go. Oh, Jeepers. Huge carry there. I tell you what, since he's come on, Stephen Luatua has looked the part. He's very much looked the part. Oh, Leopold almost through. If they just showed one pass, yeah, they're over. They're over. Well, that's a bit against the run of play there. And I tell you what, there's somebody that deserved to try tonight. Duncan Paora is one of them. The big fullback has been absolutely sublime. Both fullbacks have been. It's actually been a bit of a fullback masterclass. And he goes over for a very well-deserved try. Yeah, and there was a great work by Christian Delafalo. He made the initial break right after there was the try line, sucked so many players in that as soon as the ball came out, all they had to do was go left and they were going to get there. Right, so kick to come, 13 points, 25 at this stage. Delafalo's try and reduce that to a 10-point game. I tell you what, he has done that. That is sublime from the fly half. Could this game yet be alive? Well. We wouldn't think so 5 minutes ago. It's amazing how going from a disallowed try to conceding a try, Japan could have gone 32 points to 8 ahead. And they're now 25 points to 15. So still 10 points in it with 40 minutes to go. Another try, though, from Samoa. And all of a sudden, it can be a little bit of squeaky bum time for Japan. Fritz Lee underneath the restart there. Right, Delafalo, not too many options, decides to go to the boot. And it's been knocked forward, I think, off Samoa, so it'll be a Japanese scrum. Japan looking a little bit frazzled at the moment. A couple of players shouting at each other, looking a little bit disjointed. Just need to sort of settle things down a little bit. Get themselves back onto the straight and narrow here. And Mickey gets out-jumped by Theo McFarlane, as you kind of expect, but Theo McFarlane not able to hold on to it. So it did go forward off the big number 5. Free kick there from for Japan off the back of the scrum. Warren Durns is back on. Big scrum coming again from Japan. Big scrum. That should be a penalty advantage this time on the halfway line. They do use it. They make you at the back. Goes to Matsushima. Matsushima, long pass out towards Riley. Bit of space ahead. Chip over the top. Nakarabula. Bounces back to him. Just short. Quickly taken. Japan 10 meters out. Right against the touchline. Managed to stay in though. Now Durns back in the back. Oh, it's a big carry from the big man. Advantage here for Japan as well. Another penalty advantage. Their bonus point try here. Could be looming. Now to go. Matsushima. Going himself. Needs to get that. Pops it up there. Big tackle coming on Nakabula. And they'll go back for the penalty. No advantage there. Just go ahead and kick it out the corner here. I think will be the plan here from Japan. Matsushima, yeah, it's good work here. Good hands. Brilliant hands earlier. Just draw and pass, draw and pass, draw and pass. Use the one-man overlap, which they will have due to the red card to Ben Lam. Weird. They barely need to jump to Japan. They just change their lineup and it's basically just throw it to the man who's standing up there. Going for the Rodney Moore once again, by the way. Doesn't look as well set. It is going to come down. Not sure the ball will be available. Could very well be turnover ball here. It is turnover ball. Yeah, I never looked particularly well set. Pretty easy in the end for Samoa to defend. And with 10 minutes to go, Japan running a bit out of time for that bonus point. So scrum now for Samoa into the last 10 minutes. 9 minutes left on the clock. And they go to solid carry from Samoa at the back of the solid scrum, creating a bit of an angle here for Christian Leilofana, who's going to have to box kick this here because his scrum off has been pulled into the ruck. He just pops it up here. And manages to free up Milani Matavao. Now it goes back to Leilofana. Yes, under a little bit of pressure there. Good work there from Durns. And I don't think he's left 22, so still advantage Japan here. Inside the 22. Frustrated with himself here, Leilofana. Now potential replacement here. Nariah for Mike. Potentially about to come on for Samoa. And he does come on. And he replaces number 14, Ed Bordeaux. Messi line up from Japan. They're back outside the 22. Do still have the ball though. Right, Leach puts his head down, gets them back over the advantage line. Good carry from him. He's played very well tonight as Michael Leach. Let's shoot a long pass out wide on the bounce to Matsushimu. He's running back on the inside. He's found a bit of space. He's eventually brought down. Japan have lost a lot of momentum here, but they still have possession. Big counter right coming from Samoa. Penalty advantage here as well. Right in front of the poles. This is where it comes decision time here. Do they need the bonus point? Could be important, but 7 minutes to go, or 6.5 minutes to go, right in front of the poles. Pretty much a guaranteed 3 points. 10 points, 13 points is quite a big significant difference in that. I think that Amino would be looking for the poles here. Yeah, he does score for. I think that's the right idea. They need the bonus point. I mean, you need every point you can get, but secure that result first. I think is the main thing. Last few subs here for Japan, and I believe it'll be Kanji Shimokawa who still needs to come on. I think Nato Saito will come on. I don't think any of the backline replacements have come on yet for Japan. So a couple of late replacements here for them for the final 7 minutes. Jamie Joseph leaving quite late to replace his backline. And Matsuda, who's picked well. Once again, showed everything. That should be enough for Japan with just over 5 minutes to go, making it a 13-point game, 28 points to 15. But this has looked much better from Japan. I mean, Samoa are not the best team in the world, but they're a solid side. And they've played some solid rugby at times during this during the World Cup. So you can be very happy with the performance. I think, at least. I think if you're Japan, I think you're very happy with the performance. I think they've looked good. Michael Leach departs. He looked very good. I thought that Namala Nameki's looked world class tonight. Leo McFarlane going very short. It's perfectly placed, and the ball once again comes forward off Leo McFarlane. Does fall to Shimokawa, who has come onto the park. Oh my goodness! And the first involvement here for Naito Saito is to be charged down. They're not particularly massive scrum off at 165 and 73 kgs. What a game from the veteran Michael Leach. Heart in the sleeve type player and was very, very solid tonight. Right, so Samoa into the 22 they go. Everyone's supposed to have a word with Samoa Malolo. Well, it's a competitor though, and we come back to the side of the Samoans, but I think it's a knock-on advantage. They do use it. Drifting very, very wide is Matavao. Delafano pops it up. It's a good take. Offload, goes to Alato, goes down the right-hand side. Oh, I'll tell you what, he's still going. It's a great carry from Samoa Malolo. Theo McFarland, who's worked really hard so far, the number 5. Samoa not done yet. Big hit. Ball comes loose. Almost through is Matuga. No, big tackle there, Matavao. And no advantage there. Go back for the penalty back over there with 3 minutes to go. 2.5 minutes to go left in the clock. Tap and go quickly. I do the Samoa. And a penalty. Well, try for Leolofano, who goes over. It could be late drama here. I tell you what, because it's pretty easily convertible, which will bring them within 7. So a nervy 2 minutes left for Japan. And Christian Leolofano, who's really stepped up in the second half. We went close earlier. It eventually goes over. Yep, just chips it over. There's a player down for Samoa. And there will obviously be time for a restart. But just over a minute and a half, Japan need to try and hold on to. Take you a while to get the restart here with a much longer than anticipated injury. Right, for Japan, I'm sure this will be nice and deep. Try and keep Samoa inside there. Look, credit to Samoa. I mean, the fact that they've been down to 14 men and yet they've been really, really close is a credit to them. It's been an inspired performance. And I was hailing Japan, who've kind of fallen off a little bit in the last 10 minutes. They should get over the line, but a bit of a scare here, which is credit to a very courageous Samoan side. Yep, they do go very, very deep. And Danny Tuala. So it's Famani, actually. I think no, that's Famani now. Samoa going again. They want to try and build from deep. They've got just over a minute and a half to try and go the full length of the field. Leolofano pops it up to Duncan Pauao. Very good carry there from Danny Tuala. I've been very impressed with him since coming on. Minute left on the clock. 6 points the margin. A converted try for Samoa would win it at the death. Penalty advantage here for Samoa. Leolofano's down and it's pretty sore. Yeah, I can see the Samoan fans are up for it. And all of a sudden, a bit of a sweaty few minutes ahead for Japan. They've got just 10 seconds that they need to hold out. So literally basically one more play, really. How this has become so close, who knows? Right, just behind the halfway line. The clock goes red. Oh my goodness, he's throwing it over. Japan have managed to turn it over. Will they play? Do they play or do they kick it out? Do they want that bonus point? Do they want that bonus point? No, they don't. They're very happy with that. They kick it out. It was a late scare, but they get the job done. They do celebrate to Japan. It's an important result for them. It keeps them alive in the tournament. Hugs all around. You can see what it means to them. Samoa absolutely heartbroken. What a game for them. What a performance to stay in the game for so long, despite that red card, which actually kind of, I suppose, in many ways sort of galvanized them. A great game, though, to watch, and really, really interesting result. Japan will move on to take on Argentina next weekend. That'll be a very important game. That game very much could be the difference between, well, it'll basically be a playoff game for the two, assuming Argentina get through this weekend. But no bonus point for Japan. Might come back to haunt them. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see, really. But people, thank you very much for joining me on the stream. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Italy versus New Zealand will be tomorrow night. We'll obviously be at the game, so a lot of fan cam stuff like that. The watch-along will be done by Rudy. He'll be your man on the ground, so to speak, in the watch-along studio. We'll be actually at the ground at the stadium, coming to you live from there during the game. So hope to see you guys then. Please smash like the video. Please do subscribe to the channel.